Hello, everybody, and welcome to the very last episode of Roll20 Presents
Oh,
Tomb of
shit!
Annihilation.
My heart!
I know. Hello, welcome. It's episode 42, and that's it. This is the last one. This is all we got. This is all we got in us. It's very...
Really, you're not going to introduce it as a very 40-second episode
No,
on the
it's
very last episode? That's not what
No,
you're
that's
gonna do?
exactly. It's the very... We had the very first episode, the very second episode, etc., etc., and this is the very last episode.
Culminating in episode 42.
That's right, the very last episode, which happens to be episode 42. So, yeah, it's an easy thing to begin a campaign, and it's a middlingly difficult thing to continue one, and it's a near impossible thing to end a campaign. And so we're taking on that task today. I've had a lot of people asking about, like, you know, why are we ending it, and like, are we going to finish? Are we not going to finish? We'll play out the episode, and I've allotted us some time at the end to just like hang out and talk about the campaign until I sort of debrief, as it were, because I think that kind of thing is important. I think it's important to give yourself some room at the end. So rather than like last episode, rather than be like, Ishii kills the beholder, okay, done, get the fuck out of here. We want to give ourselves some time to be like, so there we go. That was the campaign that we played. How did everybody feel? So we're gonna do that at the end, which means we'll have some time to see what other things we can explore down here in Acererak's funhouse of good times.
I can't wait to see.
Yeah, that's what I've always called it. Acererak's House of Fun Times.
That's what he calls it. It's not my fault that it mistranslated into the Tomb of Annihilation.
Yeah, in Lich language.
Yeah, right. In the language of the dead, it's actually, yeah. So,
excuse me, I speak with the dead, and that's not a direct
I see.
translation.
Okay. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
It's poorly translated.
Editor's note, Keikaku means plan. So, so this is Tomb of Annihilation. Hello, we're 42 episodes in. If this is your first episode, spoiler warning, it's going to be over soon. So I hope you have had a chance to go back and watch some of the other episodes. I know lots of people have been binge watching the show, lots of new fans, as a result of Ishii's guest spot on the Idle Champions. So it's been a fun ride. Let's coast out the end. I have rewards for you. You've just finished a grim encounter that I wasn't sure you were going to survive, and now that you have, I have presents for you.
Easy.
So
I thought I was going to be a real sweet statue.
Uh-huh.
I told you, Adam. I just needed one round of hitting it. That's all I needed.
I believed you. So I haven't. I'll tell you this. I've been playing 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons since literally the day that it came out, and I have never done a 5e Beholder encounter before.
Wow.
This is probably only the like third or fourth Beholder anyone has ever fought in a game I've DM'd in the entire history of my playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh my god, I never fought one, so thank you.
Yeah, 5e.
Yeah, 5e I don't think I've ever
Beholders-
fought one either.
5e Beholders are weird as hell. Like, get ready to make a lot of DC 16 saving throws. Can I just say...
And a lot of D10 rolls.
Yeah, can I just say, the Bless spell,
Holy
MVP.
fuck. And on the attack rolls at the end, when I was swinging, I could not have
I'll
hit it
take
without
that.
Bless.
I'll take that.
Could not have hit it without
Hashtag
Bless.
Hashtag bless.
Yeah. Also, it's not a proper D&D campaign until the party wizard fireballs themselves. So thank you for that, Dave. That was good.
Yeah, I was real happy with that one.
Surprise!
The best moment of that fight, I think the whole thing was Dave's realization that he fireballed himself, and then also that you had just upgraded your fireballs so you're not resistant to your own fireball damage.
It was very funny. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, no death rays. Nobody got disintegrated. And it's good. So we fade back in on this dome room with the cracked, formerly mirrored floor. This now defunct magnetic iron orb covered in scratches. There is a flying kobold covered in purplish blood. There's a giant eagle. You're all free of the effects of the beholder's magic, because the beholder is a deflated corpse somewhere near Ishii's. Like, you still can't see it. The corpse is invisible, but it's bleeding. You can see its blood pooling around it on the floor. And as we fade in, we can see we get a nice like low depth of field, like shallow shot of the fungus starting to dry up and wither. An eyeball like pops dryly, and all of the purple fungus starts to die now that its creator, the beholder Belchors, is dead. You now stand.
Belchors.
That's his name, Belchors. You stand in his lair, and around you, treasure in each of the niches. There is treasure to be found.
I want first dibs on treasure. I want his main eye. I want to preserve it and turn it into a helmet. Put it
Is that what Malik says?
yeah, okay. That'd be sweet as hell. And you could like hollow out like the lens, and you could just like.
I feel like you and I have a different definition of sweet as hell, personally.
Listen, Malik just wants to become a Nothic cosplayer, so that's fine.
Yeah, I think Melvor is going to turn back into a non-giant eagle because it's real hard to maneuver around.
So you want to use one of your wild shapes to turn into a regular-sized eagle, or?
Yeah. No.
Okay, cool. There you go. You did it. You're a regular-sized eagle now. Okay, so you want to you fly to the ground, shapeshift back.
Lance. Oh boy.
Yeah, Kuba's on. Ishi is giving you internal like psychic high fives for being so awesome.
Yes.
And
When we're not, death around every corner, I would really like to study that more. That thing that you do where you switch forms,
right?
where I turn into an animal. Yes,
It's like a druid thing.
I haven't met many druids.
A tenth of all.
While they're having this conversation, I'm going to dig through an alcove full of treasure.
Yeah, I think that is
Yeah, I mean,
also
I think this scene is like a montage of like treasure gathering. So in the various alcoves, somebody get ready to tally all this treasure. Little Fox used to be our treasure tallier.
I'm on it.
Okay. So the alcoves surrounding the thing, there are 9 of them. They contain a total of, and I think this counts as a short rest while you're like gathering this stuff. If anybody wants to spend hit dice or recover
is
abilities.
anyone like very injured? Because I prepared a prayer of healing.
Oh yes, many of you are very injured.
Yeah.
I am not, but many others are.
Malik is slightly toasty, and Ishi is definitely been laser beamed several times.
I think the only damage I took was from myself, actually.
It's pretty significant, given that you have 18 hit points. Turns out you're really good at fireballing things.
I'm basically dead,
So
other than the fact that I'm alive.
right, so that's the first
Checks out.
plus. It's that they added +3. Okay, so we're fine. So it's 14. Is that right? Prayer of healing. Yeah. Plus my spellcasting ability, and it takes me 10 minutes. I sit there while we're short resting, and I give you some healing.
Okay. All right. So everybody gets a little extra healing. Nice. Spinning up those hit dice. Sounds good. Okay. Cool. So you find in the alcoves 12,000 copper pieces. 12,000 copper, which is like, what, 120 gold, I think?
Do you want me to carry this? Because you're...
How heavy is 12,000 copper pieces?
It seems like a lot.
It's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, I would be immobile.
Because it's how much...
Never mind. Who cares about copper? It doesn't matter. Next thing.
Fuck
Yeah,
the
it's like
copper.
100
Right, okay,
gold.
so there's a big pile of copper
It's
in the
like
middle of the room you've
200
dug
pounds.
through. There's
We're not getting out of this
Jesus.
tomb anyway. Frick.
There's 5. Well, hey, remember, you may come back. We'll talk about this at the end. So 5,000 silver pieces.
Okay.
I want to see how much that weihes. I would be
The
heavily
thing
encumbered.
the thing is, characters in this are incredibly good at math at a glance. Like,
I mean, I'm gonna-
triangulation of stuff. Like, can you imagine by
All I
hand,
have to say
counting 12,000
is if we have a way to carry it, I can fucking carry it, okay? I've got 23 goddamn strength. I will bench press the entire universe.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, I mean, people think that gravity holds Ishi up, but the thing is, it's the other way around. Ishi is holding the planet up with her legs. Okay, so 12,000 copper,
5,000 silver pieces, about 100 pounds.
Yeah, 5,000 silver and 2,200 gold.
2,200 gold.
Yeah,
Got it.
I mean,
2,200 gold.
we just take the invisible beholder and we skin it using touch.
Cool.
And then we make an invisible beholder bag.
You have invisible beholder skin. Oh, cool. So you could, good. You could take it through airport security. Like, I got a see-through leather beholder bag. That's cool. So
it's not see-through, it's invisible.
If you have an invisible bag and you put stuff in it, the stuff doesn't become invisible.
Yes, it does.
I mean, if you wrap
The
it
inside of the beholder is invisible.
Right, but no,
we don't see
but
its
the
gut.
whole beholder is invisible. I guess if you put something in his mouth, I guess it would.
If we skin the invisible flesh from the beholder and use that to make a bag.
Here's the question. If you cut the beholder's skin off, his innards stay invisible.
Do they?
Well, because the spell is cast on him, or the skin would become visible, and he would stay
Wait, you
invisible.
said his blood was not invisible.
That's true. His blood isn't invisible.
What really constitutes the personhood of a target of a spell?
Right,
Like, is
yeah.
it the idea that's the
This is just the worst conversation
So
ever.
if you cast a spell that targets one person on a person, and they go to a country that doesn't believe that kind of person has rights, do they stop being a person and thus not invisible anymore? They're just
I think
culturally
personhood
invisible.
is in the eye of the beholder.
Get out! Get the fuck out! You've ruined the show. You're off. That's it.
I think you can just boot her from the
You
call.
made it this far, and now which one of you is Blue Jay? Get the fuck out of here. Cool. Well, thanks for coming, everybody. Blue Jay, we had such a good thing going. You had to ruin it here at the end. I mean, yes, like this. Invisibility seems to create these kinds of strange
there's
questions.
All the nonsense of like if you're invisible, the light refracting
Yeah,
off your
what you
eyes,
shouldn't be
like,
able to see. Technically, if you're invisible, you'd have little floating dots where your retinas are, etc. It's magic, so whatever.
All right, what other amazing treasures do I find?
So the other amazing treasures that you find are a clay statue covered in crystal beads that change color. The statue is of a chameleon with little crystal beads that change color. It's worth 25 gold.
Oh.
You're
giving me this big description. I'm like
that's
writing
what it
it
says.
down. And it's 25 gold.
There are 3 painted gold masks sized for children, shaped like the faces of a bat, a monkey, and a parrot that are 75 gold each. So there's 3 75 GP masks for their child-sized ones. There's a gold crown shaped like an octopus with mother-of-pearl eyes that's worth...
I love it. I'm like, can Arcturus just wear that?
Yes.
I definitely do. Like Ishi digs it out of one of the piles, and I'm just like, this is wonderful. And I just put it on my head.
It's worth 2,500 gold.
Nice.
It is
and then I preen a little bit because
it is a brilliant, it's a brilliant, like
Papasaddle in me.
shining gold coronet shaped like an octopus with mother of pearl eyes.
Now I'm wearing that forever.
All right, I'm not going to note that down then. You'll note that down.
Octopus
Octopus crown.
coronet
Yep.
crown. Okay. How much does it weigh?
The difference between a crown and a coronet is like the difference between a chalice and a goblet in that I don't know what it is.
In that it doesn't matter.
Synonyms.
Okay.
It's
I'm wearing
2,500
this
gold. How much does a crown made out of gold weigh?
I don't know.
Like a
Probably
pound?
like a
Oh, more
pound.
than that. Gold.
2
It doesn't-
pounds.
It changes based on how hard the decisions you're making are, right?
Wow, everybody's in top form today.
Damn! Yeah, that was a
I didn't
solid
understand
joke.
that joke.
So, Arcturus, you will slowly develop over the course of several long rests massive neck pain. But yeah, it probably weighs like 7 pounds. You just, weighs more than your head.
I'm also strong, okay?
Too bad it doesn't come with a gold neck brace. So you have the crown. That's 2,500 gold. And there are three. I will tell you there because it's a short rest. I'll tell you they're magic items, and you can identify them. There is a bronze shield shaped like a screaming devil face. That is a +1 shield. Yeah, bronze +1 shield.
Anyone
It's
want a
bronze. You
+1
can't.
shield?
You can't. I don't remember.
Bronze is metal. You can't use metal shields.
Is it metal shields? I thought it was
Yeah, I
just
think it's
armor.
metal.
Oh,
Anything.
but you know what? My shield is a +1 shield, and
It's
it's
wood.
not metal.
Yep.
So what I do is I give you my awesome painted shield, and then I grab the
Nice.
bronze shield.
It's one of the
Shield
few.
swapsies.
It's one of the few things that you purchased rather than stole from your friend in Port Nyanzar.
Listen, it's the price of doing business with Ishi is that some things go missing. Okay,
Yeah, loss. It just happens. Okay,
Yeah.
so you have a
it's
+1
spillage or breakage
Yeah,
or whatever.
That's right. Yeah. So you have a +1 bronze shield shaped like a screaming devil face, which is pretty
Sweet.
awesome. Yeah. There is a small black sphere, 3/4 inch of diameter that weighs 1 ounce. It is a bead of force.
What's
Okay.
that?
So a Bead of Force can be used. You use an action. You can throw it up to 60 feet. It explodes on impact, and each creature within a 10-foot radius of where it landed has to make a DC 15 Dex save or take 5d4 force damage. A sphere of transparent force then encloses that area for a minute. Anyone that fails is trapped inside the sphere. Creatures that succeed on the save are pushed away from the center until they're not in it. Only breathable air can pass through
So
it.
what you're telling me is it's a grenade.
Yeah, it's a grenade that
Who's
creates...
got a good throwing arm?
It's a grenade that creates a 1 minute bubble of impermeability. So it traps
You
whatever
know
you
what
hit.
would be really cool if, like, once you were trapped inside and it like reduced back to its 3/4 inch diameter, you were still trapped inside.
Oh no!
Jesus.
That'd be really cool.
An enclosed creature can use its action to push against the wall, moving the sphere up to half the creature's walking speed. The sphere can be picked up, and its magic causes it to weigh only 1 pound, regardless of the weight of the creatures inside.
Oh my god!
So
it's
you,
a super monkey ball.
yeah, it's a super monkey ball. Exactly. You throw it, it creates a 10-foot sphere, which you can then pick up because it only weighs a pound, and you could throw it or roll it or whatever.
Oh shit!
And the people inside can
love
slowly
it.
push on it, but that's it. So it's a Bead of Force. There's only one of them left. Normally they're found together, but there's just the one. So you got a one-shot Bead of Force, and there is a potion of reducing, a potion of diminution, a potion of you get small. And when you drink it, you gain the reduce effect of the enlarge reduce spell for 1d4 hours. So if you drink it, you shrink.
Could be handy if you need to get through a tight space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could be.
We'll make the
hilarious.
small or
I'm gonna
we'll make the
mess
small kobold or halfling into a tiny kobold or halfling.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So there you go. So that's
But you'd still be so strong.
So that's the treasure. That's the treasure of the reduce spell. Let me double check what it actually does. So,
It does change some of your stats, I think.
Reduce.
But I bet you'd still be stronger.
The target size is halved in all dimensions, and its weight is reduced to 1/8 normal. This reduction decreases its size by 1 category. Until it ends, you have disadvantage on strength checks and strength saves. Your weapons also shrink. They deal 1d4 less damage.
Oh, so she'd still have 23 strength.
Just
She'd
at
just have
disadvantage.
We just have disadvantage.
Yeah.
disadvantage.
I think that, like, after we find the headdress, and Ishi finds the bronze shield, Arcturus spends like a good, like, probably like 10 minutes to a half an hour just like looking in the shiny parts of the shield, like at his reflection.
Maybe parts of the floor are still mirrored.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, definitely there's some of that too. Papa Zoddle is like,
Yeah.
yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We look good.
Papa Zoddle's very excited about the fact that you now have a crown. Not so excited that it's an octopus, but you know, what are you gonna do? Cool. All right. So
Papa Zoddle is like octopus
yeah,
crown.
not so much. Yeah. So
It's the Drake meme.
So let me see. There's an hour that passes. Let's see, 5, 6, 7, 9. Okay. All right. So an hour passes. You get your short rest. You are not interrupted here in the lair, and by the end of the short rest, the scum on the floor, all of the like alien fungus, is gone, or like dust basically. So that is no longer something that you need to worry about. What's funny is if you go into the Beholder's lair and you steal anything and then flee, if you try to run from the fight, instead of leaving the lair and chasing you, the Beholder just attacks anyone who's within 5 feet of the purple stuff for the rest of the dungeon. So you just get random eyeball beams all the way back to the entrance. It's brutal.
Nice.
It was a good call staying and killing the guy.
How big was the beholder? Is he large or huge?
Beholders are 2x2.
How did he get in here?
Squeezing. He could squeeze.
I didn't think he'd fit.
Here, look. He could squeeze.
I mean, he's probably been here since the place was built, right?
They built it around him.
Yeah, they built it around him. I don't know, man. It's built by a weird lich with a strange sense of humor and architecture.
There was 2 of those reduced potions.
What about a dimension door?
Yeah, exactly. He drank the original reduced potion. Yeah, could have been teleported in here. Wish spell. Who knows?
That's how he got out. Like, if he ever needed to leave, that's why they think of everything in these modules. Good job, peasants.
Yeah, he grew up
Yes.
here. He built it around him. It's fine. Okay. So yeah, you've killed the beholder. You've looted his lair. You are ready to continue.
Onwards!
Yeah, where to? How do you want to get down from here? You have two options.
We should go not this path. We should go the big path.
So down the way Dave fell originally when you came in here.
Yeah, exactly.
Down the Dave Fall way.
Down the Dave falling area.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Go ahead and maneuver yourselves back there. Once everybody's in that area, I'll move you down to the other.
I'm just gonna like drag right over there.
Yeah, because you have it in your thing. Technically, I think your fly, because the fly spell lasts an hour. So
An hour.
you are no longer blessed. You can no longer fly.
Aw.
So I can't actually see
Let's
the
go.
map.
I got you. There you go. You teleported yourself into the darkness.
It's still doing the thing where it's not.
Yeah, because you explored it as this is a different version of you. That's okay. Everybody's going down to the next level. All right.
A different you.
So you
clone
did.
of you.
Oh man,
Do you know? It's a
wild
sword.
shape like teleporting.
Yeah, it's like
just
using it's like using the transporter on Star Trek. You're just killed and then like reborn with all of your like synapses in the same spots. So you feel like you have the memories, but you don't really.
If you cast invisibility on someone, then transporter.
Would it still be on them? What's their?
I guess
Okay,
I guess that's
okay.
the real test, right? You cast invisibility on someone, then you teleport them and see what happens when they do they arrive invisible or are they visible again? If so, they're a different
Someone's
person.
already done this test. It was probably like Xanathar or like one of the other big name.
Yeah, a
dudes.
crazy beholder definitely seems like the kind of person who would do this test. 100%.
Yeah.
All right.
100%.
So here you are down on the next level. So you trek down those stairs and you come to, and actually I can clear that so you can look over the railing because this is the bottom.
Oh.
So yeah, you can see down. There's a pit down at the bottom. This is just like a railing edge here, and there are different ways you can go. You can continue down to the floor, or you can go through this double wide, or you can head south.
Left or right?
Floor. Skip it. Skip the whole floor. Go down.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, technically, you're on the mezzanine of the fourth floor. It's not a separate. Like you go down to where you fell and you stay on the same.
We like this is the bottom.
This is the bottom, yeah.
Oh, but that's not the fifth floor. That's the
No, that's like the fourth floor is sort of like a floor and a half. It's got like a half bathroom and 2 bedrooms, and it's a fixer upper, but the rent is still like $6,000 a month.
What about to your left?
I think we should go this way, down the tunnel, through this spider web.
Oh, this is
Spiderweb. Spiderweb.
There's lots of spider
There's
webs.
kind of a lot of spider webs actually down here. I'm wondering if that means something. I'm
So
not
yeah,
entirely
you are
sure.
noticing. Yeah, you're noticing that this area does seem to be pretty replete with the like thick draperies of webbing around the ceiling. And again, the architectural style has shifted here. The last floor was sort of Mulhorandi with the kind of the reed boat in the one tomb and the various hieroglyphic looks, but in this one, it's much plainer, a much more kind of like just blocks of stone fitting into the deeper areas. And you're like what 80 feet, probably 100 feet underground now, below the city of Omu. You're getting quite,
before we
deep.
leave the the mezzanine, can I look for a plaque?
Yes. Yeah. Let me see.
Because those have
if you
been
see
helpful.
one. They have. Yeah. Let's see here. I think there is one. Let me double check for you though. Normally they're marked on the wall, but yeah, on the west wall of the balcony. Up here.
Okay.
Normally you'd
so
see them on the map, but no, it is marked. Yeah, there is a warning. Once again from a Sararak. I will show it to you if you would like to read it for us.
Yes, I would like to.
Okay.
Death to fire, dine or drown. Precious air and falling sand. The army sleeps in silence. The mirror holds 12. Find the Iron Scepter's twin. The maze holds the key. Hey, we already did the Iron Scepter's twin thing.
Certainly did.
Acererak is like the world's worst rapper. His flow
also
is
like
awful.
why would he? And this is my question for any D&D dungeon ever. This is my open letter to villains. Stop telling the heroes how to beat your shit.
So if I were to design a dungeon, it would be like you walk into the dungeon and you see a bronze plaque on the wall. Okay, we're gonna go and read the plaque. The plaque says, "Fuck you, die."
Yeah, the plaque says, "Get out of my dungeon, you fucking assholes."
Yeah,
I hope the giant spiders eat you.
Welcome to your doom. So
Okay.
yeah, there's your clue.
Is this a scaly guy?
Yes. So as you come around the corner, you see peering around. I think he's actually a little further back, but peering around the corner, you see a timid-looking mutilated skeleton.
Stop!
And as soon as you see him, he takes off running.
No, I'm gonna shoot him with a ray of.
Wait, do you need something? You
So,
okay?
I mean, go ahead if you want to. You have an opportunity. You see him.
I see him, and
If you have a
I guess
missile
I have
spell
yeah,
or something you can use.
I have to cast this at a higher level because I don't have any more 1-level spells, but it's
Okay.
fine. An 18
Okay,
hit?
you hit him. Yep.
Okay. I'll do second level because I don't have first level spells. He takes 17
Okay.
radiant
He
damage.
explodes. Bones fly everywhere. The rest of you hear.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh dear.
The rest of you hear Arcturus's spell casting, the kind of like divinely empowered voice, and then there's a blast of light, and then you hear the sound of a skeleton being thrown against all the walls in the ceiling. One of the bones, his skull, clatters to the floor and lies
What
still.
shape is it?
This one, let me find it for you.
My favorite statement from chat about reading bronze plaques. The plaque reads, "I prepared explosive runes this morning."
Hope you didn't like your face. All right, here we go. Exploring the tomb. That's
I
very
really
clever.
want one of the skull head key things just to be like the Wu-Tang symbol.
Yeah, it's shaped like a stylized W or maybe a bat. It's a hexagon.
Hexagon.
You're right. All the sacred keys: a triangle, a square, a pentagon, the Wu-Tang symbol,
All right.
the radiation logo.
I lift it off the ground. I brush the bone dust off of it, and I'm like, I'm so sorry about that. And I just put it in my bag, and then I go, oh, it's fine, everything's fine, and run back toward the group.
Okay. All right. Good. So you head back to this intersection. Ishi, I presume you would like to know what is down this hallway when you take a look.
Yes, indubitably I do.
Okay. All right, let me find that for you. Let me find your answer. So when you get to the bottom of the T intersection and you take a look off to one side, you see, let's see, a dusty room, 15 feet square and empty, except for an ornate rectangular mirror mounted on the wall opposite the room's only exit.
The plaque said the mirror holds 12. I don't know what that means, but that's what it said. I'm assuming that we're like not just clustering this hallway, but we're like looking.
Okay, well, let me take a look. Walk up towards this mirror, Adam.
Okay, yeah, it's covered in dust, so you can't really see. It's shaped like a mirror, and you can see the reflection of light underneath it.
What?
It says it holds things. I don't want it. I don't know. Maybe
Hold, like people?
maybe or things that want.
And of course, like the rest of the dungeon, the outside edge, the frame for the mirror, is all like twisted skulls and scary yelling demon faces. And
I walk up to the side of the mirror, slap it on the top, say, "This baby."
No, Dave. No.
Awesome. All right. So currently the mirror is covered in dust, and you can't really see what's going on there.
Should I touch it?
I mean,
We
If
fought
you
a beholder.
must.
What's the worst that could happen?
We fought a beholder and we haven't long rested since we fought the beholder.
It's true.
It's fine. Do whatever you want. This is probably the last day we'll be in this tomb.
I have a sinking suspicion we won't get out of here alive. So what are you gonna do?
Can I dust it?
Yeah, like you just wipe your do you want to use like your hand or a cloth or what do you want to do?
I'm trying to figure out if I have like a cloth.
Use your cloak.
And you have
Can
you have
I
the edge of
use
your
my
cloak.
cloak?
Use your cloak. It's fine.
Bart takes the badger pelt off her shoulder and dusts it.
Nice.
Okay. So who's
Melivora will do
Mel
it.
was doing it?
Yeah,
Okay.
all right.
So
She will take the inevitable death.
Melivora, Ishi, and Malik. Though Malik, you can do this with advantage because you said you were standing beside the mirror. All three of you make a charisma saving throw, please.
Okay. You know what I mean?
Yay!
Bless.
Okay. All right.
Oh, no.
So Malik, you all see this. So when you wipe the mirror, you see under its surface, you see yourselves reflected in it, but you also see, as if they were standing in the room with you, shadowy figures. There are other forms, faint images of creatures. And when you take a look, when you wipe it down, you feel a pulling sensation, and Malik, you see Ishi and Melivora disappear into the mirror. They get like turned into like vapor and pulled into the mirror. Suddenly
no.
the room is
Oh no.
empty. Save for you, Malik, who is standing beside.
Wait,
the
what?
mirror.
Oh, it holds 12 people. Called it.
Now we know.
Arcturus, as you come to investigate, I need you to make the save too.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Well, goodbye,
So,
everyone.
Arcturus,
I
you-
had a fun time. I don't have inspiration. This will be all right.
Okay. So Arcturus, you were pulled into the mirror as well. There's a pulling of a sensation, and Malik, can you make can you roll a d12 for me?
Are we in another secondary dimension? What's even real?
A 7. Okay, so Malik, as Arcturus is pulled into the mirror vomits forth another figure. Shadow pours out of the mirror and takes the shape of a bluish-skinned elf figure. He's on his knees. He's starting to stand up, but he seems very confused. He has long white hair that is in like a ponytail. He's wearing robes that are purple, clasped with a like a black like metal spider like pin on one shoulder. And
Wait, Malik gets the sexy drow?
and
drow?
he's got a staff that he's using to like pick himself up. And he's blinking and looking around.
You.
Now we all get to play new characters.
Who are you?
And he stops and he
I
looks
dibs
at
this
you.
guy.
And in I guess probably first.
I don't speak undercommon.
Yeah, he says something in Undercommon. And I think Ishi, Arcturus, and Melivora. Arcturus, Ishi, and Melivora, the three of you can see all of this happening through, like, you're in a place that is full of shadow and mist. You can't see each other, but the only feature in this massive space is a rectangular hole of perfect clarity. You can't pass through it, but you can see Malik talking to this figure. You can hear, I think.
Talk telepathically through it?
You cannot. No.
Okay.
You are trapped in another dimension.
Darn.
You are just forced to view this
The
other thing.
worst movie ever.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, I wish I prepared banishment.
So the
Get myself the fuck out of here.
so the drow he picks himself up and he looks at you, Malik. And sorry, did you say you speak Undercommon? So he says in Undercommon, he's like, Lolth's tits. What happened? Who are you?
No, I think it's you who needs to identify yourself coming stumbling out of a mirror.
And
That's a little bit suspicious.
he turns to like look over his shoulder, and then like realizes what he's doing and stops. He looks at you, and I assume you're like averting your eyes too from the mirror, like making a conscious effort. Okay. So he says, huh. Well, it seems the Lich was right. Fascinating.
Mm-hmm. About what?
The mirror. Wait. Are you one of his architects as well? I told him we didn't need anyone else. The tomb was almost finished.
Yes. I'm just overseeing the finishing touches now.
You want to make a deception check?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you do want to. You also want to succeed.
Let's see. Okay, 24. Yeah, that's fine. So he nods, and he kind of gives you an appraising look, looks at your weird helmet, and like he's like, yeah, okay, you fit in here.
You do look like a supervillain.
Exactly.
Yes,
Yeah,
of course.
That fits. I'll buy it. Let me grab a token for this guy. So yeah, he says to you, he says, well, I'm glad that the test. Wait, he looks up and he sees the spider webs in the dust, and he's like, how long was I in there?
Oh. I would know this kind of thing, actually. I could probably work it out. It's been a long time since I've been a whatever they're called. What's my job again?
Archaeologist.
Yeah, archaeologist. Can I try and work out how long?
Oh, from like his clothes and
Yeah.
Well, and also the age of like the tomb itself, because he was building it, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think that makes sense. Let's see. Because I don't have like a specific date, but
No,
An approximation of years.
yeah. I'm sure somewhere it says like exactly how long ago this thing was built, but I don't have it handy.
it's fine.
Well, let's just say that Malik says the amount that it is.
Well, Malik can make a history check. Yeah, the adventurer is pretty reticent to say like specific dates, which I think is fair because they want it to be able to like fit in kind of wherever. Let's see. The 1T showed up in Omu 50 years ago. Okay, I found it. Wow, crit. Okay, so to the year, you can pretty much like, yeah. So you extrapolate based on like his clothes and the place and all of you've seen so far, and you nail it. You're like very certain within a certain degree of like months. It's about 100 years. Like, and you can give as specific an answer as you like.
Oh. It's been quite a while, I'm afraid.
What?
Around 100 years.
And he like grits his teeth. He's like, God's take that lich. I was to be paid for my services. Is that why you're here? Have you come to free and pay me?
No,
Folds his arms
we
over his chest.
also have unfinished dealings with him.
Is that so? Like what?
You know, killing him.
Really?
Well,
Well,
I
alone? And he looks at you like, by yourself?
I believe you've just been swapped for my companions.
And he grins, and not in a like, oh, it works. And he says, so it has been a while. Fantastic. The mirror works. Sorry about your friends, but they're going to be in there a long time.
No, you see, I'm afraid that's not quite going to work. I would love to have your willing cooperation in retrieving them, but
You would do well not to threaten me, human. And the word he uses for you, for human, is like an undercommon word for like a surface-dwelling slave race. It can be applied to anybody, but that's like the closest approximation.
All right. Then I respond in Draconic that he would do well not to underestimate me, and I use like the word for mortal.
Right. So you want to try to intimidate him?
Yeah, I'm out edgelording him.
Yes. Yeah. You're certainly trying to.
You're trying to out edgelord a drow? Whoa!
Yes, it's gonna happen.
I mean, to be fair, male drow, so it's possible.
Yeah. Yeah. They're used to being pushed around.
I don't have any inspiration or anything, so we'll just do a flat check.
Well, you got a 19 and a 20. So.
Nice. Okay. So
Pretty good.
he snarls like he's trying to decide like, "Argh," and you like maybe you see like magical energy like crackle a little bit like in his eyes, and like he also is an edgelord, so it's fine. And then he backs down and he puts a hand up and in undercome he's like, okay, all right, listen, we're both men here. There's no reason for us to fight.
Exactly.
Well, 100 years. Sarak's lucky I'm an elf. Now, if your quest is to kill this lich, you're going to need your friends, but I want to get out of here. What do you propose?
Well, if you help me in working out how to retrieve them, I can tell you the way out, things to look out for on the way. We've made it this far. Cleared most of it. Dangers.
And you have the authority to make this deal with me? I shouldn't be working with the lead female of your group?
Certainly not. I've always seen myself as the figurehead of the party.
You surface dwellers. So strange. Very well. I know when I'm outmatched.
She's gonna bench press Malik when she gets out.
I know when I'm outmatched. And besides, there's no reason for either of us to die. You'll meet your fate when you come to a Sarak's lair. But for now, perhaps we can be of service to each other. Fine. I'll tell you the command word for the mirror. And in exchange, you help me get out of here.
Yes, very well. I would like to see if he's planning on keeping his word, though.
You want to make an insight check?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm much less good at this, but we'll see. Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
I scared him into submission. I know he's going to do what he says.
Yeah. So he puts a hand out to like shake your hand. And he says, "My name is Tlad."
Yeah, and I shake his hand and I say, Malik.
Well, I suppose that I'm lucky to have met you this day, Malik. If you're able to resist the mirror's magic, it shouldn't affect you for the time. So he, you can see him like he closes his eyes as if he's like thinking, like, okay, like what's the command? How does this thing work again? What's the command word? And let's see. He says, there's a moment and he says, Komara. And when he says that, Ishi, Milavora, and Arcturus, your window vanishes. And you're just trapped in this like eternal expanse. And I think that when he deactivates the mirror, you start to like lose consciousness, right? Because you're not awake. He wasn't awake the whole 100 years. So you start to kind of like things start to fade and they go dark for you. And so Malik, he says to you, that word I spoke, remember it well. You can use it to activate the mirror or deactivate it. If you look at it while it's active, as I learned, it will trap you yourself. The mirror holds space for 12 people. Now, I don't know how many are in there now, but there's another word. I'll tell you what it is. You speak the common tongue.
Yes.
Good. Choose a number between 1 and 12. Say it, and the word Blackfire. And when he says Blackfire, like the mirror crackles a little bit. You hear it like give off some magical energy in response. If you do, it will empty that cell in front of the mirror. Unfortunately, there's no way to know who's in what cell. So 100 years of accumulation. I'm going to wait around the corner while you take guesses at it.
Yeah.
And he starts just like walking away. Like, good luck. I'll be waiting over
one
here.
1 in 4 chance.
Okay. I'm wondering because it took 3 people and then he came out. I wonder if that's actually got any bearing on anything. I don't think so. Or if it does, I don't know how it does. So,
Well, presumably there were 10. The last 2 of us filled it up, and then when the third person went in, he popped out. So maybe cell number 1, which...
So there's
So like 11, 12, and 1.
10 creatures that, I mean...
yeah, we'll test it with 11. I'll step back a little bit, but I'll say 11.
This is a large creature.
Okay. You take a step back and you say 11. And sorry, what do you do? So you back up.
Yeah, 11 Blackfire.
The mirror doesn't respond. There's no crackling. There's nothing.
That's what he told me to say.
Yeah. When he said
Maybe
it, he was
empty.
he was much closer to the mirror.
Like here?
Yeah, that's where he was standing. Yep.
Oh god, I love melee. Yeah, 11 Blackfire. I have my Wand of Wonder out.
Yeah, right. Okay,
Something happens. I'll cast a weird spell at it.
Okay, all right. So you say that, and you like get ready. The mirror vomits up another figure. It's a woman. She is she's Chultan. So like shaved head, dark skin. She's like armed. She's like a warrior. She has a big 2-handed sword across her back, and she's wearing plate armor that seems to be fashioned out of a giant insect. And so she is like jumped out, and she jumps up and like grabs her sword and just sort of like swings it in your direction to drive you back. And she's snarling and like shouting at you in Chultan.
Yeah, step back.
Yeah.
Like, calm down. You were trapped here by a lich. She doesn't speak common.
So around the corner, Tlad is like, "How's it going in there?"
Yeah, great. You don't speak Chultan, do you?
He says, "Ew, no."
Let me just really quick.
Yeah,
check.
and so she's got her sword up, and she's just like trying to get you to flinch or back off, and it's just like demanding answers, basically.
I try and use my helm of telepathy.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Wait,
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
you like
Oh no, I unattuned from the wand of fear.
The fear wand? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wow, look at that. The magic invisible hat. So cool. All right, so you're gonna concentrate, use your ability. Do it.
Yeah, so first I cast the first step is detect thoughts, which
Okay.
she can against.
Okay, so what's the resistance DC?
I think
I mean,
it's
she got a 20, so you bounce off of her angry brain.
Okay, instead I think since could I step back.
Just activate the mirror and point at it and see if you can trick her into looking at it again.
Yeah, I step
Okay.
back and I create a minor illusion of gosh, what would be helpful here to show that I'm not with the lich? If it's 100 years, what Nianzara has been Could I show the sign of the Atepka Society, the Triceratops?
Yeah, I think so.
Because that's like a Cholton society, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So you conjure this. You step back. You conjure this sigil, and she looks at it, and then she says, "Itepka," and then looks at you like she's confused.
And then I then I do like the Aceraic mask, and then I do like a sword going into it.
Yeah, right. So you're like conjuring, you're C-3POing the shit. You're like you're conjuring. You're like trying to tell her a story just through iconography. And when she sees the mask, she looks confused, like she doesn't recognize it, and then like takes a bit of a step back when she sees it. And it doesn't look like she recognizes. Like she recognizes it, but doesn't know what you're trying to tell her. But she looks at you and like looks around. And she has her sword up, but she's not pointing it at you. It's not like the point has sort of dipped to the floor. And she puts her hand to her chest and she says, "Lucanu."
This is probably a really, really long shot. Is there any chance I recognize her features from dealing with... God, what was her name? The princess, Queen Moxanare. Really long shot. Because they were originally in Omu.
She does not appear to be related to Moxanare. And that's fair because Moxanare and Napaka, I think was they looked similar. Yeah. You recognize and it's a good call, but she's not related. She's not part of that lineage as far as you can tell.
Okay, yeah.
Also, she looks like a badass warrior. She's got like scars and like this intense like insect armor.
She looks cool.
She looks like a fighter, not a like member of royalty.
I make a show of like scratching my head and like shrugging my shoulders. I can't.
So she rolls her eyes and she touches her chest again, her armor, and she says, "Napaka," and then says a few more words, and then says, no, she points at herself. She says, "Lucanu," says a few more words, and then says, "Napaka," and is like looking around and kind of gesturing like helplessly. And then when you don't say anything, she shakes her head and like you can see her. She's getting frustrated with you. And then she says a bunch more stuff, and you pick up the word Omu.
Oh, she's one of the Queen's guards. Then I say the Queen's name because we got it.
What do you say?
Yeah, I say Napaka. I try like Queen or like something else.
When you say Napaka, she nods and looks kind of like urgently at you. Like, yes, okay, you said a name that I know. So from around the corner, you hear Tlad in undercommon say, "What are you talking about?"
Napaka's the one with the 2 scepters that was totally dead, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. How to... Because we didn't make it through here. To get to where we got to, we did a really long, convoluted route, didn't we? Like, going down the stairs and stuff.
Yeah.
So I probably didn't have time to, like, show her that's the situation. I don't have, like, the crown or the bits that we took from it, the, like, scepter or whatever. I think someone else has that.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like nod my head and be like, I think I have to just like pictogram like a skull.
So when you say Napaka, you because you saw it, right? You could create an illusion of the tomb.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to. But I do it while I'm like looking sad.
Yeah,
Like,
right. To illustrate that you're like, I feel bad about this.
I feel bad about the fact that you said rather than
not like we killed her and buried her in this tomb.
rather than reveling about it.
Yeah. And so when she sees that, you see a wash of emotion, right? Disappointment, like anger, a sense of like having failed. Like you see her, she turns it inward, like that's her fault.
yeah.
And then it turns to anger, and she snarls, and she like bangs her sword against the wall, and she growls, "Sararak!" And she takes a step forward, and she like grabs your cloak and pulls you to her, and like says a bunch of stuff. But you get the impression she's saying, "Where is he?"
I'm like, yeah, like I point downwards, and then I try and do the, like I have me, and then I show my friends, and then I show us like a sword against the, like a lich skull. Like, we want to fight him as well.
Okay. Make a performance check.
Yeah, I figured. Performance is the point. I'm not terrible.
And then get us out of the fucking mirror.
Sorry, I'm trying. I just figured she might be an ally in the time being.
Oh no!
I am. No, come on. Like we got a connection.
You just critically failed. You impart the exact wrong information.
I almost do, but in fact,
You want to use lucky? Because yes, I promise you that critical fail would have turned into a like we are warriors of a Sararak here to destroy you.
Yeah, that's my feeling.
Okay, so she looks at you like she starts to interpret it that way, and then kind of comes around to it, and then she looks like she realizes, and she puts her hand on your shoulder. And kind of nods and she says something, and like shakes her head. Like she sees that you're alone, right? That you're like, me and my friends came here to fight a Sararak. And then she like, you see the pity in her eyes, even if you don't understand what she's saying. She's like, assuming your friends are dead. Tlad from there around the corner is like, is it time to go?
Well, we still have 11 to go through, one of which will presumably be empty. Give me some time. So I say to her, so I kind of, it's like a wait a second, maybe like gesture behind me. Mm-hmm. Just so she's not like directly in it in case.
So you want to get her to just like move?
Yeah, so she doesn't look at it again.
So she walks partway down the hall, Tlad is coming around the hall, and the two of them like look at each other, and Lucano looks at him, and he looks at her, and in Undercommon he's like, hello. And Lucano just kind of like sneers at him and like turns her head, and he's like, fine, not very friendly.
Okay, so we've done 11.
Yeah.
And it was our theory is wrong though, because 11 would have if it were filling from the bottom. So I don't know that 12 will be any more helpful.
What about like 2 instead? Maybe it fills the other way.
1 or 2, yeah.
I wanted to go lucky number 7, but we'll do 2. That seems fine. Yeah, so I reactivate it, and I say Blackfire 2.
Okay. So the mirror starts to glow, and a misty form begins to take shape on its surface. And we're gonna take a break. And when we get back, we'll find out who's behind door number 2. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more of the grand finale of Roll20 Presents Tomb of Annihilation. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Bye. Send your adventuring party deep into the jungles of Chult. The Roll20 module of Tomb of Annihilation includes the full contents of the original D&D book and adds immersive features like dynamic lighting on all battle maps, character sheets with one-click actions, copy and paste quick encounters, and other interactive features like puzzles and a player's map of Chult. Your next campaign can begin with just a few clicks. Get your copy today on the Roll20 Marketplace. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. We're going into part 2 of the very final episode of Roll20 Presents Tomb of Annihilation. So we got this whole mirror situation to work out.
Oh no!
Because you know what this dungeon needed was more NPCs for me to play.
I've always felt that if you don't have at least 20 NPCs on block, you're like clearly
Doing
not.
it wrong.
Yeah.
Yep. So what I was saying in chat over the break is what you need to do now is get all of these NPCs possessed by spirits, and then you're good to go. I think part of it, too, is that the stuff like this mirror is a really good way if you're running this adventure and people have died to throw in new PCs. To be oh, someone can play Lucanu or Tlad, or they can make their own character and have them pop out of the mirror.
I mean, I was making the joke. I was like, I want to be the drow guy. Wait, no, I want to be this lady. Like, what?
You will take her out of my cold dead.
Okay, all right, I'll be the drow guy. It's cool.
Okay.
I can be snarky.
So, so the mirror, we see a shape begin. So we fade in and we see the mirror. We see a shape begin to fade in. It's smallish, kind of amorphous at first, and then we see the unmistakable brim of an enormous hat, and we see a long tail, and then Ishi emerges from the fog of the mirror and is kind of like barfed out onto the floor.
Thank God. Don't tell the others, but you're my favorite one.
Okay. That's fine. I understand. All right. Did we get them out yet?
So when Ishi emerges, you hear armor like rattling as Lucano is like, kobold, and like turns and like raises her sword, and Tlad looks over her shoulder and says to you, Malik, in Undercommon, "Oh, is that one of your friends?"
Look, she...
Whoa, it's okay.
She, single-handedly, before we came in here, defeated a Hydra by herself without her weapon.
Oh, is that so? Well,
yes.
When we get back to Menzo Baranzan, I'll tell you all about my best friend, the Goblin. He killed 12 dragons. And then he says to Lucanu...
Ishi, feel free to just deck him.
He says to Lucanu...
I can't understand him. I don't see
even though
that
Lucanu doesn't understand him, he says to Lucanu, like, quietly, but loud enough that you can hear him, he's like, ugh, I thought he was cool. Friends with the kobold. Gross. And Lucanu looks at him like, I don't speak your dumb elf language.
So,
All right, Malik. So how do we get the others out? How are we doing this? What's the? Did they get sucked in as well? Probably, right?
Yes.
You look around and you don't see your friends.
So we've done 2 and 11 so far.
So the thing is, I'm resistant to this magic now. I would say you probably have to wait in the hallway. But what's going to happen is I'm going to speak a command word. Guess.
Yeah, but if whatever comes out is really dangerous,
I mean,
I want to be here so that you're not dead.
The mirror's been deactivated, Malik.
Yeah, I know, but I need to reactivate it to open it again. And
Yes.
if she failed.
Okay, yeah, I won't. I'll go behind you here. It's fine.
All right. So we've got those 2 already. I think the woman is one of the queens, well, the late queen, the tomb that we were in, guards. Weird
Cool.
coincidence. And the other ones are
I guess.
helping us out. Anyway. All right. Blackfire 7.
Okay. The mirror glows slightly and then fades.
Okay.
Must have been empty.
I think it was the one that the drow came out of. I just wanted to make sure it hadn't swapped. All right. 3.
Okay. All right. So you, nothing seems to happen. Same thing. Like it fades, it glows slightly and then fades.
Things happened the last few times. 4? Okay, I'm trying 4.
So you get ready. You like move up because you got to be closer to be able to do it.
Sorry. Yeah.
And so you got to be within 5, and then you step back, and it disgorges whatever else comes out.
Sure.
So you take a step forward to take the thing, and you take a deep breath to intone the magic word, and then you feel you get attacked. Something like slams into you from behind. So give me 1 second here.
Oh, an invisible creature came out. Interesting.
Okay. So you get attacked twice.
I don't like that.
Let's see, and with advantage.
Is this a surprise round?
Yes, yeah, you get surprised.
No reaction.
Okay. So the first one doesn't hit you, but the second one, so you feel like a whiff, and you start to turn, and then something slams into you. You're gonna take 4d6 plus 3 damage.
I'll survive.
Okay, not so bad.
Yeah.
So you stagger back as something slams into you, and and you feel like a pummeling, but you don't know what from.
It doesn't break invisibility.
It does not. No. Let's roll initiative real quick, because this thing is going to continue trying to murder you. So let me grab my initiative tracker here.
Oh, sorry, it was a bit early.
That's okay. Yeah, just roll it again. There you go.
Yeah, I'll take that one.
Yeah, right. Lucano and Tlad, I don't think
Don't worry about
respond
them.
unless you like shout for them to help, or they see that
Nerds.
you're in danger. So let me roll for this thing. What is it? It's a +4.
Oh, look at your new swashbuckler initiative. Nice.
I know, right? Plus 7.
Wow.
Okay, and I got a 14. Okay, all right. So Malik, you get to respond.
Okay.
It hit you from behind, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In which case, I move here.
Okay.
I cast Dragon's Breath on myself,
Yeah.
and then I breathe fire in a cone,
Okay.
hitting these ones.
Perfect. Yeah, so right in front of you. So it's 1 and then 2 and then just splashed around on the wall. Okay. So, when you breathe fire, you blast it into the room. You do see it's hitting something. The fire is like burning around the edges of some kind of like flickering creature.
Okay. Yeah, that's that'll be 18 damage actually.
Okay. Okay.
Some of my macros have my extra stuff, some don't. It's a whole thing.
All right. Yeah. So there's a hissing sound amidst the flame of whatever it is that you've blasted being hurt. Ishi, you see for a moment this indistinct thing in front of you.
Yeah, like the fire hits something in front of me. Okay. I'm going to attack the invisible
Okay. Yeah.
square.
So you'll
with
have
the
disadvantage. You'll
staff
have
of striking.
disadvantage. You'll have disadvantage, but you know where it is. So
Sure. Yep.
Is that cancelled out by pet tactics?
That's a good point.
yes. Yeah. Holy Jesus
There
Christ.
you go, critical.
Look at that hit roll.
32, baby!
Ishi's really good at killing invisible things. Okay.
Blam!
So what's interesting about this is, does a crit? I don't think it
Double
doubles.
the staff
I
of
don't think
striking
it doubles.
D6s.
Yeah, I don't think it doubles.
I don't think it does because it's a separate.
because you
choice
do
to
it after
that.
you hit.
Yeah.
But you can still throw in as many as you like. I don't know. I think you have one.
I only
you
have one left,
so you might want to.
So I'm not gonna use it because I think if it runs out, the staff probably becomes non magic.
Yes, it does.
So in fact, I will do 17 bludgeoning damage, magic bludgeoning damage
Nice. Okay.
to it, and then I will attack again.
There was a howl of wind and pain. You take another one.
For 14,
For 14.
magic bludgeoning damage.
Because
Malik, do you want me to keep hitting it? I can keep hitting it.
Yeah. Do I provide pet tactics and stuff if I don't have a melee weapon out? I do.
Yeah,
right?
you just have to be within 5
Yeah,
feet.
you just have to be within 5 feet.
And yeah, Chat has pointed out that you only have the one thing, so you're not going to use it anyway. But if Smite and Sneak Attack can be doubled.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Okay.
It would-
Sure.
Smite especially, because Smite comes after. Yeah.
So so you said yes. So I'm just gonna double up. Let's do it. I like whatever it is. The I can't remember, action surge. That's the
Whatever that thing is that lets me surge actions.
15.
Yep, that's a hit.
Nice for 16 damage,
Nice.
and then 16 for 13 damage.
Okay, great. Just going ham. So yeah, you're connecting with something. You're hitting solid air. And then is that it? You're good?
That's all I got. Yeah.
Okay, the
Yes,
thing is
that.
gonna go. It's gonna go ham on Malik, and I'm actually gonna use its thing now. So Malik, same thing. It's invisible, so it has advantage.
Sure.
So first attack on Malik, which is a miss because you got the crazy deck, and then second attack, same thing. So you're just like, as it like whooshes around the air, swirling around you. It's your turn, Malik. You want to fire this thing again?
Yeah, certainly. Dragon breath, and then I'll add the 5 afterwards. 16 this time.
Okay. Let me roll that deck save. Okay, got a 9, so 16 damage.
Yep.
Okay, so more things just blasting into the room. Lucanu and Talad look at each other like, "Whoa, okay, all right." There's some stuff going on in there. And when Lucanu looks at Talad with wide eyes, Talad shakes his head. He's like, "I could do that." Of course, she doesn't understand.
Oh, for the audience, is Talad impressed with Ishi because he was like, "Oh, cute kobold," and she's like beating the shit out of this thing.
No, I don't think so. I think
He's too much
just
of a
like,
racist to be impressed. That's the thing.
He's like, "Oh yes, of course, a kobold can fight savagely with weapons."
And you're also like, it's invisible. So,
Yeah, you're hitting
so you're
the
just
empty
smacking
air.
the air.
Yeah, there's thunking noises. Okay, Ishi, you want to try to finish this thing off?
I'm going after it. Yeah.
Okay.
27.
Nice,
That's
yep.
good for 14 damage.
You kill it. Whatever it is.
Yes!
Whatever it
Bam!
is,
'Cause
the last blow.
swinging and the last one like whiffs.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. Thunk, and you feel it like shift, and then there's a gust of air that flies around you, and then there's like just suddenly silence, and no one is getting attacked anymore.
Okay, Malik, do the thing.
Okay, so you've done 2, 11, 7, and 3.
Yeah, because
4 next.
I didn't finish 4. Yeah, we like kick the corpse out the way in case it ruins everything.
Okay. So you can
Does
feel.
it stay
No, I
invisible?
think it dissipates. I don't think it's there. I think invisible stalkers, they're just like air elementals.
Yeah, they're air
So
elementals,
It just
basically, yeah.
evaporates.
Okay, fair enough.
I guess it was already evaporated, but.
Yeah. All right. Black 5/4.
Okay. All right. So the mirror, at first we see a shape start to form, and then the shape takes up like the majority of the mirror, and then a massive horned head sticks its way through 2 huge beefy arms, and this enormous creature pulls itself through the mirror, shoving the 2 of you back into the hallway. It has a sort of a bovine head. With enormous curving horns, huge muscly human chest, a loincloth, and human legs, and it steps out into the room, and so the 2 of you get like shoved back, and it bellows in rage. It's holding a big axe, and it looks around. Its nostrils flaring, big brass ring hanging from its nose, and it looks like it's getting like gearing up to like hit somebody. Malik, you're in the front there. Like it starts to lift the axe, and then behind you, Lucanu says Zal, and it like stops and like lowers the axe and like snorts at you, and Lucanu like pushes forward to like come and get up to it.
Nice.
So you want to get out of the way,
Yeah,
so she
yeah.
can move in. Okay, so she comes up, and and Zal, the Minotaur is like snorting and looks angry, and Lucanu walks up and he like puts his head down, and she puts her hand on like on his forehead, like on top of his nose, and like pets him, and they're talking, and she's speaking to him in Chultan. And Zal like still looks at you, and then she like taps him on the nose like no. And he just like grunts and like hefts his axe on one shoulder, and she looks back at you, Malik, and nods like he's fine, it's okay, and then looks back at Zal like behave yourself.
Yeah, and I give her my best bow. I'm like, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, and I guess we've got to like go back into the intersection to let him.
Yeah, right. Because Zal like squeezes into the hallway, and so when you go back to playing with the mirror, the thing behind you is Tlad standing way back from the Minotaur, like stay away from me. Lucanu looking happy to see him, and Zal like his shoulders are pushed in like a foot and a half on either side. His horns are touching the ceiling, and he's just like squeezed in, looking at her like I hate this place and I hate you, and why are we here?
Yeah. Okay.
Just keep going, Malik. There's no reason to.
You never did 1.
Is that upsetting you?
Yes, because you've
Alright.
done 2, 3, and 4 now.
Yeah, I was, you know, like that game where you try and gauge whether they're all in a row. You're trying to space. All right, fine. Blackfire 1.
Okay, all right.
Blackfire 1. This is Malik 3 coming in.
Blackfire 1 standing by. So Blackfire 1 begins his attack run. So the mirror disgorges this time a sort of frail looking Chelton human. He emerges, and you can see he's just wearing like a headscarf and a tunic, which at one point would have been like richly appointed, but is now tattered. And he has these wide eyes. He's got a long, like scraggly, curly beard that's like gone gray. And he looks at you, and he comes out, and he just starts babbling at you in Chilton.
Yeah, I turn back around, see if our other Chelton speaking companion understand.
And she looks past you and then turns to Zal and is like, Zal, stay here. And she walks up. She walks up into the room, and the two of them, I was gonna say they have a conversation, but they don't. The Chilton that just emerged, he is just like rambling and like babbling and gesturing at the empty air, and she's trying to talk to him, and he's not responding. And eventually she looks at you and puts her hands up like,
I think he might be a little.
and he's just like babbling and like trailing off and like grabbing at things in the air and like talking to himself and then like spinning around and talking to the wall.
Yeah, some of these people have been here the full 100 years. That doesn't. It's unfortunate.
And she shakes her head and she gives him that same pitying look she gave you, like, life's hard, man. And she says to him, like, come with me, and like she takes his wrist and she walks him over.
I'm gonna try and detect thoughts in first, because I can still potentially.
Yeah, do it.
I'll calm them down. So I'll cast it again. Because it has the uses on the first part.
He is much easier to break down the mental defenses of. So as she walks him back, you look into his mind and you see like a maelstrom of nightmares. You see this horrible figure with a screaming demon face, like looming over this little. He's tiny in his mind, and there's just darkness and shadow, and this horrible like dark god always looming, always watching. And you see kind of through his eyes, like he's seeing all of the demon mouths on the walls speaking to him, and he keeps like snapping around and trying to like protect himself from them. He is terrified, and his mind is broken. He has fallen into a deep, dark hole created by a Sararak.
I use the second part of it, and I cast suggestion, and the suggestion is,
relax.
I mean, yeah, it is, but. To like give him something else to focus on is like, you can leave. It's like, relax.
So it has to be a suggestion of something he can do.
Yeah. Relax. Trust me.
Okay. So he gets another save, I think.
Yes.
He's definitely going to fail because he's. Oh, wow. Nope. Okay. So it doesn't really work. You can't penetrate. Like, I think that you try to cast in the suggestion, and this like enormous like god lich figure in his mind just kind of swats you aside and like laughs at you like, haha, he's mine. Of course, it's not real. Like it's the Chelton's imagining of this terrible god, Sararak. And when it doesn't seem to work, he starts getting fidgety, and he looks like he's gonna move. Like he looks like he's gonna try to run or something. And Zal, the Minotaur, grabs him and just puts him in a big hug and like holds him. And he's like squirming around, and eventually he kind of goes limp, and Zal just picks him up like a baby and just like is petting his head, just like shut up, shush, but also like restraining him. So he's just like, he's just holding him in his big, huge Minotaur arms, like, shh, and he's like kind of mooing at him quietly. And Luke kind of gives you a look like we got him, he's okay.
Yeah, and I just turn to Ishi.
It's heartbreaking.
I like wipe my head. I'm like, ooh, you don't want to know what he was thinking about.
Back to 5. We need to get the other 2 out. Like Ishi's like on task here.
Yeah, Blackfire 5.
Okay. So you see at first the shadowy image, and then the image seems to flow and change. So you see what looks coming towards you, what looks like a bear, and then an enormous serpent, and then you see the wings of a huge bird, and then the mirror disgorges a tiny halfling. Blech.
Oh, good.
How long was I gone? What's happening? Is everyone okay?
1,000 years.
Whoa! You aged really well. Wait a minute.
Melivora, you come out of the mirror with only one word in your mind: Jumanji.
We got everybody out, but well, Arcturus is still in there, so we got to get Arcturus out.
That's not everybody.
I know, but we're working on it. Okay.
Melivora, you look down the hall, and it's actually getting kind of crowded in here.
We're
Look, we're all cool.
She moves away from the mirror.
We're cool with these. Don't.
Like waves at all their new friends. Like
You see a minotaur holding a human in his arms. You see a Chultan warrior, and you see a nervous-looking dark elf standing kind of near the back, like.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, and I say back to Malivore, it's like, stay back. This is still dangerous. We still got to try and find Arcturus.
all right, pulls out a stick, holds up her shield.
Let's go. Number 6.
Okay. All right. So you say Blackfire 6. The mirror fogs over again, and you see at first the mirror takes on a greenish shade, and a hand emerges from one side, enormous, long, taloned fingers, and then another hand, and a face bristling with sharp teeth.
Turn it off.
So once you freed them, they emerge. You see a terrible, enormous troll emerge from the mirror, and he immediately just attacks you. He just snarls and
That's
lunges
not
for you.
Arcturus.
Yeah,
Damn
that's definitely
it.
not Arcturus. So let's roll initiative.
Oh
It'd
boy.
be super sweet.
And on the plus side, there's 3 of us now.
Oh, they hate fire. I love fire. Yes.
They hate what I love.
They must be destroyed.
All right, Ishi, you're first there. As
I'm gonna
Ygrath
step in the
troll.
step in the hallway past Malik here, and then blast this nerd with the staff. Here we go.
Okay.
So I have advantage because I have Pack Tactics and he's not invisible.
That is
so 32 for the critical oh my god, fucking 14 damage.
Okay.
And then I hit him again. It's a 30, 15
I love that
damage.
Ishi's just waiting with his stick to just like pummel whatever comes out. Shut up, die! Stop it!
It's so much more typical kobold than regular Ishi. The whole like, I have a stick and I will smash you with it.
Okay, so you hit it. It brings its arm up, and you just like break its arm on the second shot. So its arm like bends sideways, and it snarls and grabs its wrist and just like pulls it, and the arm just like cracks back into shape, and then he attacks. So he's got 3 attacks. He's gonna try to bite Ishi.
Okay.
So he lunges out with his teeth. He misses you. You duck out of the way.
Nope.
He swipes a claw at you, Ishi, for 11.
Yeah, hits me on that one.
And then he lunges at Malik with the other claw. And gets a 22 for 10 damage.
Do I want to shield that? Yeah, I'll shield that.
Okay.
I've got more first level spells.
That's right. Yeah, you get your spells back. Okay. All right. So this big claw scythe comes down, and then you bring up your shield, and it scratches against it, but doesn't get at you. It's your turn, Malik.
I suppose it has been longer than a minute for Dragon's Breath.
Yes.
Would that be
Yeah.
correct? Okay. How am I doing on sorcery points? Okay, I'm going to quicken spell out a Shocking Grasp so I can get out of melee and follow it with a Chromatic Orb. So I'll do the Grasp first.
Okay.
16 a hit.
It is. Yes.
Okay, I'll do 9 points of lightning damage.
Okay.
Then I move back, hopefully far enough they can't reach me.
Okay.
And then we will do how much spells am I looking? We're actually fairly okay, especially with the spell pile. I'll do a 3rd level Chromatic Orb of Fire.
Okay. Nice. Yep, that's a hit.
First level. Let's see. So that's 21, 26.
26. Okay. Yeah, he yowls in pain and like, recoils as the fire courses over his dry skin, and yeah, you can see his flesh like peeling and burning under the orb.
Nice. Okay, that's me done.
Okay, Melavora.
I'm going to, I think, move through past Malik.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, excuse me, pop and do produce flame as an attack because it seemed to not like fire,
No,
so that
sure
sounds
doesn't.
good. Yeah,
Oh, nice.
27.
Just hit him right in the face.
Ooh, I
Nice.
do 1 more damage, by the way. Sorry.
Okay, that's okay.
But
So then you deal 9 damage, Melavora. Cool. All right, so you conjure the ball of flame, hurl it, and it hits him right in the face. It's just burning his
Fast
hair,
flame
part of his
special.
face, all like, yeah, it's not good. Ishi.
I give him the old 1-2 stick across the face maneuver.
All right, goat
Nine-
stick
19?
comes down. Yep.
For 14 damage,
All right.
and then 28 for 15 damage.
All right. So his smoldering corpse thunks to the floor, dead.
Okay, Malik, this one's good. Next.
we are becoming horrifically efficient at this.
Wait,
Right.
what number was this, Malik? I want to do the next one.
That was
What
6.
Whoa.
And then you've already done 7, so 8 would be next.
Blackfire 8.
Okay. All right. Hang on. Let me get back to the mirror here. Okay. All right. So the mirror disgorges a human figure. Let me show you here. So it's getting crowded. Let me move that troll. So yeah, a stout looking, like broad shouldered, plate mail wearing, behelmed, a knight essentially emerges from the mirror and strides out. He strides out into the room.
Does he have any colors on him?
He does. Yeah, he has a yellow yellow cloak, and he steps out and he looks down at the troll and he sneers and he looks around, and he says, feels good to be free of that magical curse.
Hey,
And he looks down and he says,
Hey, buddy.
fare thee well, good kobold. And
all the
you,
other people
halfling."
that haven't attacked us are back there. If you could just move back there, that would be great.
And he looks
doing
past
the mirror.
you. He looks past you, and he can only kind of see what's in Alex Lantern. He says, "Oh my, the tomb has become crowded. Who are you? What's going on here?"
Easy
We'll
Snaggletooth,
tell you later. We've got a friend stuck in there.
Malik. We got to get our friend out. So just clear the Blackfire 9.
Move to the back of the line, buddy. And so he does. He moves back, and we see him join the crowd of NPCs in the hallway, and he's like, "Hello there, hello, ooh, a minotaur, hello there," and he shuffles into the back, and then you conjure up the next one.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So this time, before the arrival of your visitor is previewed by a terrible howl. There's like a deep roar, and
That's not me.
And then Arcturus steps out, right?
yeah, and then Arcturus steps
definitely.
up. No, a great and terrible creature made of living stone emerges from the portal. A terrible 4-armed gargoyle with a screaming demon face. It comes out, spreads its wings, and like starts going after you. So just
It's probably better than fighting them all at the same time.
you're right. If you're just like Blackfire, all of them.
Or you just like break it.
All right, so let me clear the initiative order because he's gonna get you.
Like the room just fills up and then just
So
all
we cut back to the new guy whose name, by the way, he didn't get to introduce himself to you. His name is Biff Longsteel.
Oh my god, really?
His name is
Yeah,
Biff.
yeah.
Biff Longsteel. So Biff, Lucanu, Tlad, Atan, and Zal all look back and
Biff Longsteel is a fake ass name. He is a fake ass adventurer. There's no
Lucanu-
way he's real.
Lucanu gives Biff a look like, yes, this is your life now. This is what happens. And he goes to draw his sword, and Lucano puts her hand on his shoulder, and is like, "No, just stay here with us.
You guys, the amateurs, you get stuck.
Don't. They've got this. Don't worry about it. This is the thing. You should see that staff action on that thing. All right, so, I have a full handout of this guy for you. There he is.
Staff action is totally my porn name.
Nice. Listen, his name's already Biff Longsteel, so
Yeah.
let's not mince words here. Okay.
Staff action.
All right. 22. Melivora Farglen, you may begin. I'm gonna just get rid of the troll.
Cool.
There you
It's a little crowdy in here. Milbora is going to start with just a very basic thorn whip.
Okay.
Because not sure she should also be a giant creature in this very small room.
Snap the thorn whip out.
Whatcha! Whatcha!
All right.
Whatcha!
So you deal.
Yells, apparently.
As I say, yeah. Did you turn into an Ewok? Okay, and then you can yank him up to the edge, but you can't pull him into the.
That's good enough.
Okay, so a magical whip of thorns snaps around his neck and one of his arms and digs into his flesh, and he like snarls and yanks
I'm
himself
not
free
gonna
of
get
it.
any XP for any of this.
No, it's true. Okay.
Oh no.
All right, Ishi.
I smash it with a stick.
Yeah, you raise the goat-headed staff of
The
doom.
goat stick of doom.
I mean, we could still let Arcturus
24?
out in this fight.
Yeah, you could just shout and guess another number.
I mean, I'm tempted. 20,
Okay.
24.
We just did 9.
Yeah, that's a 24 as a hit.
12 damage.
Okay.
Bludgeon damage.
we've got 10 and 12.
then-
Bang, bang.
And
So
then-
you're hitting. He's caught in the thorn whip, and you're just hitting him in the face with your
and
stick.
then it's another 20,
Okay.
another 20 thing for 13 damage.
Nice. Okay. All right. Malik.
I feel like everyone's got this kind of in hand. We'll just use a cantrip as well.
Yeah, I was say
guess.
firebolt.
Yeah, firebolt.
Because you can see over. It's your two short friends, so you can just hug a firebolt over him. That is a miss. Yeah, that hits the back of one of his wings.
Steady your arm on Melvora.
Right. And Melvor, don't move. Your tripod. Okay.
I said don't move.
So the firebolt
Now
hits.
my like headcanon is that Malik is just like finger gunning.
Yeah, shooting bolts of superheated sand. So the firebolt hits the back of one of his wings and then splashes on the wall and floor. Okay. All right. So now the gargoyle only has one target, so he's gonna go ham. Ishi, you got that good AC, so he gets 4 claw attacks and a bite.
Bring that shit on.
So you got an
I'm
AC of 21.
all about this. 21. Let's
All right,
go.
here we go. 1 claw. No. 2.
All right, he has good bonus. I'm a little worried. All right, that's 1.
Okay, so you take 9 damage.
Okay, yeah.
Here's the second or the third and the fourth. Okay, and then a bite.
Yeah.
All right, nope. So you're
Yeah,
just like
no, just the
ducking
one.
and dodging, sliding under his legs, and he's scratching at the walls, trying to get you. But he is unable to. Melivora, it is your turn.
It's a very small room, so we're just gonna keep sticking with the cantripies.
Okay. Just gonna like wind the whip
Yes.
and crack it on him again. No,
Yes,
this
chat,
time.
you're right. I could parry that, but I'll wait until I need
It
to not die.
goes wide.
So yeah, rather than imagining you keep conjuring different whips, this is like another application. So you like pull the whip to tighten on him, and he grabs it, and I think he breaks it, and it dissipates into little like shards.
That was very rude.
Do you want to do anything else, or should we let Ishi take some swings?
Go for it, Ishi.
All right, Ishi, do it.
Blam
Nice,
for 17 damage.
Okay.
And then blam
nice.
Ishi is taking on
for
the
12 damage.
Ishi's a beast.
Yeah.
then-
Literally, yeah.
And then I think I'm gonna, bonus action, second wind.
Nice.
She is a swole
Yeah, good times. All right, Malik.
Yeah, let's try again.
Okay. Ah, there you go. That's better.
Okay, so that 1 is a 2, so that's 12 plus 7. 19.
19.
19 is 5 damage.
Awesome. Okay. All right. The giant four-armed gargoyle. Bite attack on Ishi. For 11.
Okay.
And then 4 claws. 1, 2.
Yeah.
So that one does 9.
Yep.
3. That one does 12.
Okay.
And the last one, oof. So this time 3 hits. This last one does 11.
Okay.
I'm glad I second-winded, or I'd be down right now.
So Ishi, you're backed in the corner, and this thing is just like snarling and clawing at you, and like looming overhead, its wings spread, howling at you.
Ishi, are you okay?
Sarak's devil voice.
Yep, totally fine. Yeah, I'm definitely good.
Do you need some healing or?
Yes.
Okay.
Right,
with that, then she's going to. Oh God, I'm gonna regret this because I'm moving into that gargoyles range.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you can maneuver through him if you need to because he's so big.
Yeah, well, I want to get to within touching range of Ishi. So can I touch her from here? Or do I need to?
No, she's around the corner, so you do have to be.
Okay.
You have to be next
So then
to her.
she just like darts underneath its legs and pops out the other side, and then just lays her hand and does cure wound.
Okay.
onto Ishi.
I love cure wounds.
So you gain 1d8. Do you want me to roll or do you want to?
Yeah, do it. No, do it. Plus your modifier, so.
Plus my spellcasting ability modifier, which is wisdom, which is +4.
Okay. Boop.
Thank you.
Okay.
That was a really shitty roll on a d8. I'm sorry.
The power of nature heals some of your wounds. Ishi,
You got this!
it's your turn.
I hit him with a stick.
Yes, you do.
14?
That's a miss. But you have
Wait,
advantage now.
Pack tactics.
Yeah, you have
But
pack
I have
tactics
advantage.
now.
You're right.
Now that
Pack
Melavora's up
tactics.
here next to you.
17 damage.
Okay, 17.
Then I hit him
Cool out.
again
Okay.
with a 27 for 12 damage.
Oops. Hold on. I did 125 damage.
12 is my minimum damage, just
Okay.
so you know.
All right, so
So
just
ridiculous.
laying into him with the staff. Chunks of gargoyle rock are flying all over the place. It's like a demolition. Malik?
Does it look bloodied?
I mean, it can't bleed, so.
Is it like
Does it look like the stone is
Flopping?
kind of like chipped or like the stone is
chunks
just
of it
like...
are like falling off in places, but it's still structurally sound.
Okay, it's a 3rd level grammatical then.
Okay.
I
Yep.
can
Any ones there? No, that's 24, 29.
Okay. All right, he's still going. Which means he's got one more round, at least, maybe more. We'll see. This time though, there's a Melavora, so he's gonna bite Ishi,
Okay.
and he's gonna.
He misses an I riposte.
Nice. Okay. So he comes in with a sharp fanged mouth, trying to consume
get him!
you. You jam the staff in his
Smash him
mouth,
for 16 damage.
and you kill him. Yeah.
Yes.
So he comes running in, and you just jam the goat staff in his mouth. It comes bang, blows out the back of his head, and his whole body just crumbles to the floor.
See everyone, this is why you let Elf use her abilities. When
Melvora, how hurt are you?
Really hurt. Like
Okay,
12
Melvora
out
will
of
high five again.
76.
This time I'm going to spend I'll use one of my 3rd level spell slots on cure wounds.
A healing high five.
A healing high 5.
Boom.
Yeah, and we cut back, and Biff is just clapping like, "Bravo, good work, nicely done."
Fucking Biff.
+4. So 21.
Damn.
Thank you.
All right. So, do you want to try to? How many more spots do you have to go?
Blackfire 10!
12.
Okay. So when you say Blackfire 10, the mirror starts to glow, and then disgorges like a wave of water. You see like there's a splash of water as it like gushes
This
forth.
Arcturus for sure.
And then an orca pops out.
And yeah, carried on the wave of water, wearing his shining golden crown of octopus tentacles. We see Arcturus. Like the fucking birth of Venus, Arcturus rides in on a clamshell and appears before you.
Welcome back, Arcturus.
So I'm going to say this as a player and not as Melavora. I really want to know what's in 12. Like, we have everyone, but we only have one left, and I really want to know.
So Arcturus, you appear in a room that has on the floor a troll corpse and then a gargoyle corpse on top of it. The hallway in the back is crammed full of people.
Welcome
back.
There was an invisible one as well. You can't see the corpse.
You just sort of feel
The
it.
pile's bigger than it looks.
Good job,
You're welcome.
everyone.
Like Melivora doesn't know that we've gone through 11 of them.
No, yeah.
She has no reason to care.
So, are we? Who are all of those?
So, Arcturus, a woman back there was one of the guards of the late queen, whose tomb we found. I think you'd probably be interested in talking to her, explaining the situation.
Oh, right. Yes, of course.
There's one more person who might potentially be trapped. I moved.
Should I say the thing?
but I think so.
Blackfire 12.
Okay, so you say the magic word, and at first nothing happens, and then you hear a faint buzzing sound. It's like, zzz,
Oh no.
Oh, good. It's bees.
and then the mirror disgorges a single, tiny, confused-looking creature that is somewhere between a mosquito and a bat. You've seen many of them back in the jungle, but just a single sturge just bloop comes out and just flaps.
Fucking smashed it.
It just starts flapping around the room, sort of confusedly, bonking
You should
into
just,
walls.
basically add to
I
it.
fucking smash it. I got drunk by these one time. Fuck
Take a
that.
swing. So you're like batter up, getting ready to go, and it flies by you. You take a swing.
17 bludgeoning.
Okay, so it goes flying back against the wall, thump, and then wetly slides down the wall and dies. It had 2
All
hits.
right, we're done.
Delightful but anticlimactic.
Right.
And I go to the back of the hallway and I look at like everyone there and
So there's
most
So
of-
here's what you see. So Biff has moved up to meet you, and so to your to the right you see an enormous minotaur cradling an adult Chultan as if he were a baby. You see a woman in insectoid plate armor, looking at you suspiciously, not hiding, but like standing deferentially. Tlad has figured out who the lady in charge is here, and so he's
Right.
like standing deferentially behind her. You see a dark elf, and then striding up to you, you see this human, this barrel-chested, bouffanted human warrior, and
This guy is so fucking.
he walks up to you
I
and
hate him. I love
he
him.
puts a gauntleted hand out and he says, "Well met, warrior. I am Biff Longsteel. Who are you?"
Melivora actually laughs.
I'm Arcturus Vuvaxith, but I was actually and
a
then
noble
he,
name, good Triton. And you like
switches
walk past
over
him.
to Chultan, and he's like, "This is great. There's another person who speaks Chultan." And he's gonna like
And so
switch-
you walk by and he just kind of like looks at his hand like, and he like just combs his hair back with it, and he's like, I suppose manners are different under the sea.
And then I say in the Chultan that I've learned like this whole freaking time. Hello, sorry, my companions don't know the language here. But we mean you no harm.
And she smiles, and it's the first time you've seen her smile. And you see her like brilliant white teeth, and she grins and she says, "Oh, thank Ubtao, someone who can speak a civilized language."
I can speak many civilized languages, actually. But Malik said that you were, he thinks that you were a guardian of the queen.
Malik, that's the name of your friend. And she
Yes.
looks back, and you look at, and Biff is like talking to Malik. Biff is like, "You look like a bunch of grand adventures," and like he's like trying to pump you up to be like, "Good work with those monsters, very good, excellent staff work from your friend the Cole." So the two of them are like talking.
Yeah.
Really,
He
Biff
tries
is
to let him
talking.
down very easy that all his friends are dead.
Yeah, he doesn't know that yet. And so she says, your friend was babbling at me in some language. How is it that you come to speak Omu? You're clearly not Omuan.
I am a linguist, and this is like he switches to common to say linguistic anthropologist, and then switches back over to Chultan and is like, I study old languages, and he doesn't say dead languages, but he means dead
I have not met any of these linguistic anthropologists before. Are you all this color?
No, I'm also a Triton. I'm not from this plane. But I did. I don't know if Malik was able to. And he gets that little, like, I'm telling you something that you probably don't want to hear. We found the tomb of your queen laid to rest here.
Your friend tried to tell me this with his magic. Napaka is dead. I have failed her.
But there are still living Cholton queens in and what was the name of the Aarakocra city?
Kirsabal.
In Kirsabal, there is one we met. So
Kirsabal is a monastery. Why would the queen be there?
Well, the Cholt has changed since you've been in the mirror.
And she...
but she yet lives, and we can take you to her if we ever escape this place, and you can protect her.
This place is what Omu deserves.
You can tell me about that, too. But later, I think we should probably... Quite a herd.
She nods and she says, I do not know who this submissive creature is, but he does not appear to be anything to be afraid of. That is Zal. Zal is my companion. I do not know the Cholton. I think he has gone mad. His time in the mirror. It must not have been well for him. I do not know this pale-faced creature. And she points at Biff, who's just like, hello, everybody. And she gestures and she says, I suppose the rest belong to you?
No, not belong, but we were traveling together, yes. So, Zal, I think, are we going that way?
And Zal, yeah, when she puts her hands up like, best you not speak to him. I will handle Zal. Right.
Malik and which way?
I promised that, and I used the polite word for drow in Undercommon.
Yeah.
Since he gave me the command word to free you, that we would help them escape. So I believe we need to return to the entrance first.
I suppose we could just bring them all up to the entrance and then come back down ourselves.
Yeah. All right.
That isn't done after all. Anyone who does wish to join us is welcome to.
And Talad says to you in Undercommon, because he thinks you're the only one that can speak it. He doesn't know that Melvora can. He says, "Our deal is done, wizard. You freed your friends. The mirror is empty." And he looks at the others and he says, "I'll follow them, though I don't trust the paladin. Look at him. Ugh."
Rude.
And you say that in Undercommon, and he puts his hand up like, "Oh shit, I'm sorry. Like I'm sorry I said that, but I'm sorry you understood me." And Biff says to the group of you, he says, "So you've seen the rest of my company. They await us above."
More like they await you below.
Let me handle this.
So when you say that, Ishi, he like puffs his chest up. They await me in a Sararak's lair. Our heroic deeds to be done.
That's definitely what I meant.
Good. I must join them.
The afterlife is unconclusive.
Wait.
If you hold on, Mr. Longsteel.
And he puts his hands up. No, friend Malik. Call me Biff. Mr. Longsteel was my father.
Oh, God.
Biff. Yes. All right, if we could get everybody to start following us, and I'd like motion for him to come ahead with me so I can...
Yeah, okay, so the two of you start walking together.
Yeah.
Are we going past the Minotaur?
And Zal like moves like grunts to let you out of the way. And as the two of you walk, Biff looks to you, Malik. This is like a travel cutscene, right? Like you're not going to get interrupted going back up to the top. But during the travel cutscene, you and him are talking, and he starts by saying like, yes, a secret conference. Best not to let the others get concerned. Danger ahead, is it?
Well, yes. I was going to let you know what the situation was and allow you to make the choice for yourself. Now, your company, though, valiant explorers and adventurers in their own right, I believe we have accounted for most of them.
Is that so? They've met their end here.
It seems so.
He shakes his head. A shame. But that's the way of being a hero, isn't it? You flip a coin, and sometimes it's Timora, and sometimes it's Bishaba. A shame for them, but, well, I'm still alive, and look at all my new friends. And he gestures back into the hallway. We're like this just like long crowd of people.
There are so many.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm saying, well, I'm glad you're taking this well.
And he gives you a wink and he says, well, this isn't my first adventuring party, you know. I've seen things.
Yes, I can only imagine. Well, we mean to continue on into the tomb further, but those displaced may also need someone to help them return to civilization. As you departed from Port Nyanzari, you know where it is?
And, yeah, he nods. North, through the jungle.
So I suppose it's up to you. What do you feel the more valiant course is? Protecting those until they're out of the danger of the jungle, or?
And he says, yes, of course. Though they may not understand my words, I will lead these band. And he looks and he says, he's like, warrior, a wizard of some kind. Well, I would prefer if we had someone to do some sneaking about, and maybe a cleric. We're hardly a balanced party, but, well, you'll make do with what you can get.
Yes, certainly will. Well, in that case, we've cleared most of the way to the entrance, so good luck on making
This
your
guy
way.
is just Zap Brannigan, right? Like, he just kills adventuring parties and then goes and kills other adventuring parties until there are enough corpses that he can climb whatever mountain he needs to climb.
So the four of them, and they're your wounded familiar Atan. They stop at the bottom of the stairs, and you're like, you know, you could just go up this way. We've cleared out the way, and they look at you, Tlad, basically hiding behind Lucanu. Biff turns to them, and in common, they don't understand him at all. But in common, he says, "Come along, friends. Does anyone have a 10-foot pole?" I'm just joking. Follow me, and he like strides up the stairs.
And before Lucaru or whatever her name was,
Lucanu,
Lucanu, I would like give her directions. We have a map, right, or whatever. Like point out, like this is where.
Yeah.
Kirsabal is if you don't
go
remember.
into the weird donut or you'll get trapped in another universe.
Yeah, I'm just basically
you
saying
show
like
your
this,
map of Chult.
Yeah, because like it might have changed. I don't know how long she's been down here,
Yeah.
but basically like this is where your new queen is. Have fun. Also, we should talk later. No, it's fine. Call me.
She says to you, a hard learned lesson from Omu for you. Even if your god turns his back on you, do not turn your back on him. These animal spirits, they were a pale replacement for Lord Uptao. Do not listen to them. They cannot be trusted. And in your mind, Papazaddle's like, what the hell does she know? Pfft, these Omuans never appreciated us, all we did for them. And she gives you a serious look. And then turns and is like, Zal, come. And heads up the stairs.
Okay, bye.
All right. So your new friends head on up the stairs to return to the entrance and disappear into the narrative. So let's take our second break here, and when we come back, we'll see what else Level 4 has to
I
offer.
imagine there's like one shot we get of a small mouse in like a pocket, just like shaking his head sadly. Like,
Yeah, Nubub just nodding sagely as this one leaves. Because you know there's two people in this party that speak ancient Omuan, Arcturus, and a tiny mouse. All right, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. This stream is brought to you by Roll20, an easy-to-use virtual tabletop dedicated to making tabletop RPGs accessible to everyone. Join the adventuring party at roll20.net. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's Roll20 Presents Tomb of Annihilation. So, Tomb of Friendship, Tomb of so many NPCs, too many characters for me to play. Now they're all gone. So, you've sent them on their merry way back up through the mostly empty dungeon to the entrance, and the group of you, we find you returned to level 4 down here on the mezzanine. So, what do you want to do? Where do you want to explore? We've got 2 hours left in this dungeon. So, where do you want to go?
There was the other room at the end of the hall that we haven't gone to, and then there was this hallway and downstairs.
Correct.
And those are the options.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I kind of want to go over there.
And you've been to this level before. This was the level that you found the artists drawing on the wall.
oh right. So just for like the sake of having a clear map, I when we get back to the mezzanine, I'll be like, yes, and this is where I saw the blah blah blah. And like now I can see. But I guess like this would be like if I had good like compass directions in my brain, like we would have a feeling that does this look like the door that we saw on the other side?
That door, I'll tell you what it looks like when you approach it.
Yeah.
So as you get closer to that door, you see, what appears to be a large stone door looms at the end of the hallway, but bears no handles or hinges. Jutting from the wall on either side of the door are 2 matching bronze sculptures, each the head and neck of a serpent with fangs bared. 2 snakes. On the lintel above the door is inscribed the following message in common: warm like flame, cold for the cruel, still for the dead, gruel for the ghoul. Obviously not written by a Sararak because it rhymes.
Warm like flame, cold for the cruel.
Still for the dead, gruel for the ghoul.
Well, I don't want any of those things.
No, well, we know what's beyond that. I keep a pretty good mental map. My job is to...
Map. That's right. That's true.
Over the door it reads, I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller.
I wish I was a baller.
I wish I had a rabbit and a hat and a bat and a 6'4" Impala. Okay, so what do you want to do?
So Malik is like, I've been keeping a mental map of this, and this is the same level that we were on when the tomb, so that's probably what's over there, so we don't probably need to look in there. And then I peeked down this hallway, which is where the skull came from. What's that?
So if you come to this hallway, you can see a staircase that descends 15 feet, and at the bottom of the stairs, you see a treasure chest.
Ooh.
Sitting in the hallway.
Also, Gruel for the Ghoul is my new heavy metal album.
Nice. It does sound like a bad kind of 80s, like a Slayer album nobody really liked. Yeah, so at the end of this dusty corridor, there's a staircase that ascends 15 feet to a lower tunnel. Resting on the floor is an old treasure chest with a rusty-looking built-in lock. Just beyond the chest, the tunnel opens up to a huge dark chamber.
Well, that's what kind of trap it is, I don't know, but it is.
Yeah, your spidey sense is tingling like crazy.
Do you want me to just firebolt it from here?
I personally doubt that a Sararak lingers at the bottom of a staircase with maybe he does. I don't know liches. But do what you wish. I have.
Yeah, hold on. I'll open it. We'll see if the chest eats my invisible hat. Ready? All right, I use Mage Hand to try and open the lock on the chest.
Okay. So you conjure up a Mage Hand, and you reach out with it. You try to lift the lid of the chest. It's locked.
All right, Plan B. Firebolt.
You shoot a firebolt at the chest?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Screw you, chest. Mimic. I've played Dark Souls.
All right. Yeah, you hit it. Roll damage.
That was a bad old roll.
Yeah, you hit it with a firebolt, and it scorches and burns part of the chest. Part of one of the metal bands like melts, but it doesn't break.
Do you want me to just go down there and take a look at it? Like,
Yeah. I thought
Okay.
it was gonna do
Yeah. All right. Okay. I'm just gonna go down here. All right. I'm gonna make sure that the stairs aren't trapped or whatever, and I'm gonna take a good look. But I'm gonna go down here.
Make a perception check.
Yes, indeed. Blam.
Nice. Okay. There appears to be a hatch in the ceiling directly above you.
Oh.
Yeah, part of the
Indiana
there's a smaller stone panel in the ceiling that's offset slightly from the rest of the
Is there a
ceiling.
trigger anywhere, like around my feet?
Nope. The floor is normal and safe. You don't see anything here.
Okay,
Nothing around you.
I step forward and walk down the stairs.
Okay.
Then.
Yeah. You walk down the stairs, no problem. You get to the end. There's a treasure chest. Like I said, the hall opens up into a much larger room beyond, and then there's this like crappy looking, slightly burned stone or metal and wood.
I
chest.
think this chest is definitely the trigger for whatever comes out of that.
I say, pointing at the hatch on the roof, like,
If I open this, something's gonna fall out and probably roll down the stairs and crush me. So, do we still want to open it?
Unless it's like sand. I mean, it might drop sand.
What? Is that something you want?
It might
No, I
drop
just mean-
sand on you.
It could. Wait. Let's look at this thing.
That's what I'm looking at.
Yeah, falling sand. It does say that.
There's a falling
Death
place.
to fire, dine or drown, precious air, and falling sand.
I don't know, you can... I mean, we've got to do something.
Look, do you want me to open it or not? There's a room down here, like past this. I think this is a freaking
I mean,
decoy. I
you're
think if we
very-
open it, there's gonna be nothing in it, and I'm gonna get hurt.
Well,
Well, why don't we go
try
into the room and then
stepping
open it on the way
Yeah. Try stepping over it.
Yeah, jump over the chest.
The lock is on this side of the chest.
It doesn't matter. Just ignore the chest.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
What's going
so
on in
you
here?
hop over the chest, land on the other side. Nothing happens. Then you step into the room, and I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Also, I love that this whole thing is just the rest of the party shouting at Ishi to do stuff from the fucking top of the stairs.
I know, right? Do it.
Well, I
Just
mean,
do the thing.
you're very dexterous.
So make a dexterity
and
save.
Dexterity
strong.
saving throw?
Yeah.
Okay. 16?
Okay. So you barely catch the edge of the pit trap that is in place right here. So you step in, and all of those tiles just crumble when you step on them, falling down 10 feet and then splashing into a pit of greenish fluid. Where the stone falls into the pit, it hisses and like seethes and goes up. Technically, you were supposed to have disadvantage on that, but I feel like you were aware there was a trap, so it's okay. So yeah, you grab the edge. You like fall into the pit, but you grab the edge and you can like pull yourself up. But yeah, now there's this big smooth thing, and all of the stone that's fallen into the pit is like melting in this green sludge.
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm assuming I end up here, Adam.
Yes,
Like
yeah.
back towards where I was.
Yeah, I'm fine. Big pit of acid or something.
Oh.
Which means that there's something in this room that people don't want us to get because
You're
you know
not
just
wrong.
put traps in the middle of nowhere. But there's also the whole
Smash, when you say that, you're like, you don't just put traps in the middle of nowhere. Smash cut to a Sararak in his like lounge holding a glass of whiskey and a pipe, and you're like, oh, don't I? And then come back to you.
So the hatch on the roof,
like bubbles instead of tobacco.
the hatch on the roof is like still
You can't really see it from here
closed.
because it's pretty
Okay.
shadowy. But yes,
yeah,
it's still,
nothing
it's
has
still
happened
shut.
to it.
Yeah.
I see what this is. So here's the deal. You try and open the chest, and then the thing falls, and then you're like, I'll go into the room and I'll be able to avoid it. And then there's a pit of acid. It's a good
You have a lot of experience with
You're
traps, don't you?
very
Yeah.
good at
Good.
this, Ishi.
Good.
Now, how
It's a
do
good
we
design.
avoid that?
jump over it.
Oh, how I don't know how the pit. I can't see it.
It's about 10 feet.
There's
not
there's no room to run because the chest is there.
Right.
So you have to do
We
a
can
standing jump.
A standing jump to our strength score, or half our strength score.
I think standing.
I think
jump
it's half.
Is
Yeah.
half if you can't.
Okay,
run.
so
Well,
I do
cool.
fit in this room.
I leap over
I mean, you
the
can,
10
okay, a
foot.
long jump. You cover a number of feet up to your strength score if you move. When you make a standing jump, half that distance.
Yeah.
So you have to have 20
So-
strength to be able to
So
standing
I
jump this
I
thing.
leap over this pit.
Okay. You land on the other side. 4 marble columns support the ceiling of this grand tomb. Twin staircases ascend to an upper gallery where a carving in the form of a giant maze adorns the wall. On the floor of the tomb stands an opaque crystal sarcophagus that is constantly changing color. Minotaur murals adorn the walls of the lower level of the tomb.
There was something about a maze, right? There's a maze on the wall here.
Kubazan, when you look at the maze, Kubazan says to you, "Ooh, yeah, get up there and take a look at that thing. Touch it. Be the first one. Nobody else is brave enough. Let's do it."
All right, you're right. Let's go.
So she starts running up the stairs.
Arcturus is like yelling, "It says the maze holds the key."
I'll get the key. Touch the maze.
Just run up and like,
throw me?
okay. So if you don't
yes.
already have inspiration, please go ahead and take it.
Thank you.
The intricate carving shifts before your eyes when you approach, its configuration ever changing. The maze has no exits, and its corridors are lit by tiny torches and clouded by fog. And as soon as you reach up and touch it, you disappear.
Oh, I'm in the maze. Yeah, my bad.
So,
yeah.
Ishi vanishes, and a tiny little like sparkle appears on the maze. So Ishi, you stand within.
Oh, it's the sub video game dungeon inside the dungeon. Yeah.
You stand within a 15-foot high passageway, walled with smooth, featureless stone, lit by torches and shrouded by fog. There's no ceiling, and when you look up, you see a distorted view of the room you left behind.
Oh.
Meanwhile, down in the room, everyone else hears a grinding sound. You hear this grinding sound coming from somewhere in that large room.
Wait, Malik, move. I need to toss Melavora.
I don't think you can throw. I don't think you're strong enough to throw Melavora 25 feet.
No, I was going to do it from where Malik is.
So the pit is 10 feet across, right?
Yes.
Don't worry, guys.
And
I
she
have
could even,
Ubtao
like-
with me in this maze. It's fine.
That's why I asked Malik to... Melavora, come here. Stand on the chest.
Melavora stands on the chest, like does the up.
And then I will, you can, push off of my hands, too. It's a very cheerleading move, but I'm just going to,
Make okay, so Arcturus, make an athletics check.
Okay.
Melavora, what is your normal jumping distance?
It's your strength, half your strength.
Half your strength.
Yeah.
6 feet.
Okay.
So I'd be able to do.
So I have to push you 4 feet.
Mark my words. This will be the roll that results in Arcturus throwing Melavora into a pit of acid. Melavora, would you like to...
Wait, can I give myself guidance?
Nope, too late. Would you like to make a dexterity save, please, Melavora?
I can make a dexterity save, or alternatively, as a bonus action, I can turn into something that can fly.
Nope, it's not a reaction. You don't have time, so...
I will make a dexterity save.
I should have given myself guidance.
Arcturus is like, come on, Melavora. Oh, God, splash. Just horrifically just watching your friend dissolve at the bottom of a pit. Okay, you got a 16.
That was your fault, Adam. You cursed my roll.
You got a 16. So you're flying in slow motion through the air like, I'm going to make it. No, you're not going to make it. And you slam into the other side, but you hit it at chest level, and you managed to grab the edge of the pit.
That totally worked.
It was a great plan. I'm so sorry. You slipped a little bit. My gauntlet. I'm not wearing gauntlets.
So, Melavora, now that you're in the room, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 10 panels. The Minotaur panels on the walls, they're slowly sliding up.
Moving vertically up the wall.
All around you. Yeah.
Are there 10 Minotaurs in this room?
Here.
I'm guessing
Here.
the Minotaur in that maze that
Here.
Ishi just went into.
And here.
Are you sure there's not 10 Minotaurs in this room?
And here. And over here. And all of these panels are rising.
What have I done?
Dark fire. 10.
Melvor's like, this isn't good, but also
Okay,
Ishi.
so I need everybody to roll initiative because I need to know the order in
me?
which. Yeah, you too, because you'll get to do stuff in the maze on your turn.
Sorry.
I don't need commoners or trolls.
I can redo it.
I'm so ready.
Okay. All right. So let me. Hold on, I gotta adjust my tokens here. So let's go ahead and roll for these
There we go.
things.
16 was better. Oh well.
Okay.
On the plus side, though, there's a sweet pit of acid.
There's a huge pit of acid, so that's fun. Okay, so Malik, there's panic and shouting, and you can hear the walls grinding and like opening up. What do you want to do?
I will. I mean, I can always Misty Step over there, but I don't want to do that until I know what's there. And I can't actually really help you by being on that side either. So, yeah, I can't like hold my initiative, can I? I could.
No, you could say when this happens, do this, but you can't. Yeah.
If something attacks Melavora, cast Firebolt.
Like on it?
On the thing that attacks
No,
Melavora.
on Melavora.
Yeah, I was just saying. If anything attacks Melavora, I guess
Help it.
help.
Cool.
Yeah, fuck Melavora. Okay, so if you see something attack Melavora, before I make that roll, like preempt it with a firebolt.
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, Ishi, you are in the maze. What would you like to do?
I move forward in the maze.
You want to explore? Spend a turn exploring
Yeah,
the maze.
I'm
Is
gonna
this,
go
is
forward
this
into the
action
maze.
castle?
Right, you are in a maze. Exits are north. So, make a D100 roll, please.
You got it. 41.
All right, so you begin to explore the maze. On this turn, you find nothing.
Okay.
All right, so now a lot of minotaurs emerge into the room, but they're not quite as you expected. So let me open up there.
Minotaur skeletons, I love those.
So many of them.
That is too many.
So Melavora, all around the room, the panels have risen, and you see within them skeletal minotaurs.
Holy fuck, I'm so glad I'm in a maze.
So they go. The first one, I need to check their range because they'll charge you. They just see one person in the room and they all just like head down, try to gore you. So
My only hope, they just hit each other.
so let's see. The first one rushes in, and Malik, you see this one. You can go ahead and make a roll.
Well, shit.
When you fire a, yeah, you hit it.
Maybe they just look scary, but are in fact frail and brittle.
14 points of fire damage.
Okay, cool. So you hit it as it rushes forward towards Melavora, and then it slams its horns into Melavora, and you dodge out of the way. I think. What's your AC? 15? Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. So you duck out of the way, and this is your life now, Melavora. Just the charge of the Minotaur skeletons. So
Oh no!
here comes another one.
It's like the charge of the light brigade, but
Yeah.
we're really
All
bad.
right, so this one hits you. It does 13 piercing, and then another 2d8.
Ow!
So another 10. Make a strength DC 14 strength save.
Okay, let me first just drop all of my
Let me just drop all my hit points on the floor.
points real fast.
What am I supposed to do with all these hit points?
Okay, so
Nope.
you fail. So it means you get knocked 10 feet away and prone. So this guy,
At least it's not 10 feet into the pit,
yeah,
hopefully.
this guy came at you this direction. So you're 10 feet. Throws you. He hits you hard enough to throw you into this column, which knocks you down.
Ow!
And now you're prone. And when you're prone, it's melee attacks get a bonus against you, right? Or they get advantage?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, they do.
So then this one charges. So basically, you're getting pinballed around by these minotaurs.
Mm-hmm.
So this minotaur tries to gore you, misses.
Whew.
Okay, this one emerges but has nowhere to go. This one comes out and attacks with his great axe.
Have great axes?
They do have great axes. Yep. So this one takes a swing at you, hits you for 25.
I'm
So
almost-
big bone axe comes down on you, and then I don't think any more of them can attack you. So they just like come out into the room.
I am
looking for things
very
to fight.
hurt.
Here, this one will go here. This one will come out here. This one will like squeeze like out there. Okay, all right. So Minotaur skeletons just fill the room, like stomping around, silently looking for things to murder. And Melavora, you are tiny and prone and surrounded.
Yep.
So it's your turn. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna turn invisible.
Okay. Yeah. All right. You disappear.
Well, shit, all of this,
Uh-huh.
and then I would like to. Oh God, telepathically communicate first with Arcturus. I don't know where Ishi is. I can't see her.
Mm-hmm.
There's a fuck ton of minotaurs in this room. And I'm going to attempt to then disengage and hide from them.
Okay.
As my action.
So you want to? It's what is it? Is it a full action to turn invisible?
I think so. So I may
Okay,
not
so you
actually
won't be able to
to
disengage. Yeah.
do anything else.
But
so
I don't think they'll get an attack of opportunity against you if they can't see you.
Because they can't see you.
So,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
you could just invisible and then move.
Crawl
Okay,
away.
Then I will. Yes, I will quietly crawl away.
So you can-
probably towards the stairs.
So you
Also,
can't.
I am small enough that I can crawl through them.
Right, so you turn invisible, and we can still see you in the like dotted line outline, and yeah, you just crawl between the Minotaur's legs, or so you can essentially you can stand up for half your movement, and then you can move for the other half.
So the other is it half rounded down or
yes,
up?
yes, you get two more
so-
squares. you
Okay,
can
so
move.
then we'll go 1 and 2. I think that puts me only next to one of them.
Sure. Yeah, I gotta check if they have reach. Okay. All right. So you're just like we see you just like hobbit scrambling, invisible hobbit scrambling away. It's a time-honored tradition of your people to turn invisible and flee from
And
things.
disappear.
Yeah.
Some need rings for it.
Exactly.
Others
Yeah.
get
We just
by gods.
we just cut to Sauron being like, "Good move." All right, Arcturus. The room is fucking full of skeletal minotaurs.
I present my holy symbol.
Okay.
And now I can, I think it's CR1. I don't know what the CR for these things is. I think I can destroy CR1 creatures.
Okay. So turn undead.
Yeah, you have that.
Now,
improved
what's
way.
do they have to be able to see you? Is it because there's walls?
Each undead that can see or hear you within 30 feet must make a wisdom save.
Okay, it's within 30 feet, and they can all hear you if you're shouting the glories
Yeah,
of
I'm just
Ishtisha.
like, back away from the power of the mighty goddess Tishia, you fucking nerds.
Yeah, Stishia is about that shit. Okay, so a wave of divine power washes out from you, and
They make a wisdom save.
gotta
Spell
make
save.
many
DC is
wisdom
14.
saves. Okay, get turned. Okay, so
It's a good thing about these being skeletal minotaurs.
Yeah.
all right, so let's see. Wisdom saves. What's the DC?
14.
14.
I really need to up my wisdom.
All right, so we'll do them in we'll do clockwise. So I'll start with the one directly in front of you. Then the next one to the right. Then the top one on the right. Next one down on the right. Next one down. Then the one closest to you on the right. 0. Then the one on your left. The one next to Melavora. Oh my god, one of them made it. The one to the far left. And then the one to the left bottom. Jesus
One.
Christ, one save.
Cool.
All right,
Perfect.
instead of marking all of them afraid,
Wow.
I'm just going to mark this one awesome.
This one not afraid.
Rah!
Okay,
But all of them, yeah, like there's a flickering of water-colored, like greenish blue in their eyes, and they like stiffen up, yeah, and you don't destroy them; they're CR2.
Damn.
but
That
yeah,
would've
they
been
would- they
that
will
would have been
flee.
fucking
Really
sweet.
cool.
They will flee from you.
Well, at least they're fleeing from me.
Yeah. Anything else you want to do, Arcturus?
So my jump would be 8 feet. So then I would have to make a dex save.
No, 8 feet means you fall in the pit.
I fall in the pit, so I can't just jump. Okay.
You have to be able to clear it.
I look behind me to Malik and I say, should we just, I can't get in there. And I look at the,
Fire
what?
time.
oh,
Blow them up.
okay. Well, then I like step over the thing and I like,
Okay.
Oh,
Right.
yes.
Malik, it's your turn.
All right, I go over. I'm like, where's Melavora? How
Yeah,
I
she's
can't
invisible.
find-
You can. Melavora is like, I'm over here. I'm next to this one, and she like tries to. She's like, I'm on. If you're facing the room, I'm on the left side of it.
Okay, great.
Sorry,
You're fine.
I didn't know what else to do. It seemed like a good option.
It's fireball time, Adam.
Okay.
Fireball time.
All right. So what is the radius of your glorious fireball?
It perfectly ends there.
I think I have a fireball. Yeah, I do have a fireball template. Hang on.
I'll put it on this boy's head.
Okay, give me a sec to drop.
I love how we made them all scared and we're gonna unscare them.
Well, all the ones that don't get fireballed will get scared. Okay, so there's your fireball.
I I mean, I could single target them, but I mean, I've not.
Do you want to do it there? Centered exactly on that guy?
Yeah.
And that'll hit all but 3 of them.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, go ahead. We'll roll your damage.
Yeah.
So Malik
I'm
steps
gonna-
forward.
I'm gonna cast it 4th level.
Okay.
Yes.
Whee!
Death.
It has to be real significant to be able to kill him.
39.
39. Okay.
39, 40, 41.
Okay. 41 damage or 20.
Yeah.
All right. I'll go through him again. So
Here we go.
here we go. So yeah, it hits. Yeah, it hits this bottom one too. It's the strong one. We got that one because it's centered on this guy. Okay. All right. So all but those 3. I'll do the same thing. So starting with the one directly in front of you, and it's a dex save DC 16.
That's correct.
All right. So that one fails, takes 41 damage. The one next to him. Oh, sorry, that's a wisdom save. Let me try that again. There we go. Same thing. 41. Top one. That one gets... These things are not very dexterous. Definitely takes 41 damage. Then this one... takes 41. Bottom right. That one only takes 20. The next one to it.
I hate that one.
That one takes 41. The one that saved originally against the Turn Undead takes 20. He's the boss. That's the boss one.
The boss one.
Okay,
yeah.
so that's it. And you've
attack.
unfeared, so I'm going to switch it now, so I'll just keep the ones that are turned. So
Sorry.
this
There
one...
was so many.
I mean, it's the ones that are close to Melavora are turned, and that's like the best possible situation, right?
Yeah. I mean, I probably would have still... I mean, she's invisible. It's fine. Look how many I got with the fireball, though.
So
And
There's a lot.
Ishi,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ishi, you're in the
I
maze.
explore the dungeon.
All right, make another roll.
Come on.
A 20? Nope, nothing.
Okay,
You
nothing.
wander the maze.
The gray corridors of the maze.
Yeah, and Kubazan is like, I hate this maze. Look, everybody's out there fighting Minotaur skeletons. This is bullshit.
You told me to touch it.
Everybody makes mistakes. Listen, the only thing more important than fighting things is learning to forgive people when they screw up. So, listen, I'm sorry. I didn't know. I thought there'd be something cool to fight in here.
You're forgiven, my really strong friend who makes me really strong. Totally forgiven.
Oh yeah, forgiveness. All right, that's your turn. All right, Minotaur skeletons. So the ones that are afraid have to move away from Arcturus. Is that how that works? Okay, so they've got a movement rate of 40. So these ones move. Do you want to take an attack of opportunity on that one as he runs by?
No, because that stops the invisibility.
Okay.
I like being invisible.
All right, so this one will also flee. They're just like running up the stairs. Terror skeletons. Okay. The other skeletons.
Memory bros.
Man, yeah, like they wanna attack you, but there's this big hole, this big acid hole.
No, you can't.
I mean, they're big. They could just straddle the hole. Do they have reach?
They do not actually.
That's weird.
So
Sucks to be them.
it should be on the map there.
They could get a running jump and then squeeze themselves into that hole.
No, not really, because Malik's blocking it. So
Fetch them.
brr. Yeah, I don't know. I think they like cluster angrily. Like this one will move over and then he bumps into you and takes a swing. I think only the ones because they're gonna try to cluster around the acid hole and like mindlessly because they're undead. They're gonna mindlessly sort of lunge at Malik.
Fireball them again.
So this one takes a swing into empty space with disadvantage because he bumps you with his foot. Misses, just like swings over your head. That one moves in, and I think they'll just cluster as close as they can get. And that one will bump into you too because he's trying to get this way. So he bumps into you, and we'll take a swing with disadvantage. Yeah, they're smart enough not to fall in the hole. They were programmed to know that there's a hole here. He misses, and then these two just kind of cluster, and they can't. They're like clamoring at the edges, but they can't. Yeah, they can't fall down.
Could you imagine if all those Minotaurs fell in that hole, how clogged up the acid pit would be? I mean, God, it would just be a mess to like fix up. after.
Seriously, and the
God.
stench of like melted bone.
Like melted bone and stuff. Oh.
All right, Melavora, it is your turn.
Okay, her turn.
I'm gonna do it again.
He's gonna keep this invisibility because it's handy right now.
Okay.
They are clustering around her way out. So, and she's kind of worried that she can't see Ishi. So she's gonna just take her whole turn as her movement and go up the staircase that is not crowded with minotaurs.
Mm-hmm.
If they can't see her, they can't take an attack.
That's
so she
right.
could
So you just like continue like skulking and slipping away.
So 1, 2, 3,
Staircase crowded with minotaurs is
4,
my improv.
5. That should get me to here.
Yeah, it's like an absurdist artist collective. Staircase.
She's
crowded
like,
with
cool.
minotaurs.
They're mad at Moloch.
It sounded
they
cooler
will
in
ignore
French.
me.
Okay. All right. So you slip away as they clamor at the edge of the acid pit. Arcturus, it is your turn.
I mean, if we're just gonna lob spells from a distance, right?
Mm-hmm. Seems to be the plan.
That seems to be the
It's the
plan.
best mage / cleric plan there is.
Mm-hmm. This is
I'm just
perfect. What you want to do is be
level
enough
spells
away that they can't
now.
hit you, and then with a big acid pit in the way.
Okay. Well, my
Like,
best bet
perfect situation.
for lobbing things. I mean, we're probably gonna need to rest after this because I am almost out of spells, but maybe we won't. I don't know.
I mean, assuming we kill them, we'll be in a convenient room with an acid pit blocking the way.
Right? Exactly. There's a convenient acid pit. Fine. Yeah, I'll just do another ice storm on them. Sorry.
Okay.
That's the wrong DC, but I will center it on the point in range. So this guy, that's where I can
Let me
see.
find a cool token for Ice Storm.
Yeah, ice storm is 20-foot radius.
Okay.
Yeah.
You might hit Melavora.
So 20-foot radius is what, 8 squares?
It's 8 squares, yeah.
Okay. Let me put
Yeah, but it's
aura on this thing.
I mean, I knew that I threw her in the room, so I would try and keep it to like not hitting Malik, but it is what it is. I can't see her.
Yeah.
It's fine.
So this
Cool.
is where you want it?
Not hitting Malik.
Okay. So here. Yeah,
Yeah.
it still hits all of them. Okay.
So it's DC 14.
Okay.
Dex save.
All right.
No, Melavora.
Let's go around the horn again.
Dex.
Ha, the horn. So yeah, if I had expected or anticipated this a little bit more in advance, I could have made a macro that would auto roll for all of them. But I did not do that, so I'm just gonna roll them one at a time. So Dex save DC 14,
Yep.
or they take 25 damage.
Yep.
Okay, first one succeeds.
Yay, good job, Melavora. So you take half.
Okay, so Melivore takes half. This one takes
damage.
25.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no. What is half
12.
damage?
12.
I dropped to 0 hit points.
Oh,
exactly.
Oh no! Okay, so
sorry.
you
It's
appear.
okay.
Whoop.
It's unfortunate.
I-
You just
I-
hear
I couldn't see you.
Melavore go,
Yeah, I'm really excited to find out how you jump over the pit and get over to your dying friend who's going to take ice damage every turn unless you turn the spell off.
It only does
It only does damage.
Oh, it does
on
the
first
damage.
turn.
Oh, right, that's right. And then the
it's
storm just
difficult
is in
terrain.
the way. Okay,
Yeah.
let's see if this one kills this guy. Yeah, it does. Okay, so there's one down. Ice storm shatters him. And then dex save for this one, who takes half. Oh yeah, and that's right. They're bony dudes. So they have bludgeoning vulnerability. So this first one still blows up. I actually think that they can't save anymore from that extra. Nope. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother rolling because
Okay,
the
'cause the
bludgeoning the bludgeoning deals double. So even if they save, I think these ones they all get shattered as the chunks of. Actually, this one might live because he's got 47.
The
hit
leader.
points. Hang on.
Okay, the
Beefy
king.
guy. Get it?
Yeah, he's beefy. Not anymore, though. It was a bad deal. All right, so let me check this one. So this one fails, which means he takes 24 bludgeoning and 13 cold. So 24. No, he's still alive. Okay, good. This one takes 24 bludgeoning. He's dead. Yep. Boom. That one's toast. Nice work with all the AoEs. This guy might live if he saves. He did not, so he takes 24. Oh, no, he's still alive. Yep, 13. Okay. And that is it. Okay. So swirling ice and...
So we see Melavora now, though, right?
Yeah, you see, but like vaguely, like it's obscured. Is there obscuring in the...
Let me just
with this
check.
spell?
It's it says the storm's area of effect is just difficult terrain.
Okay. All right, so you can see
It's the hailstones, not
Yeah.
the storm itself.
Melivora appears, and her body is like pummeled with hailstones. She just tips over.
Oh no!
Ow!
What did you do?
Okay. Anything else you want to do, Arcturus?
You hit yourself with fire last
I can't
time.
believe you were so reckless with the life of a party.
Oh my god! You killed Orvis.
Malik, would you like to take a turn, or would you like to spend your action arguing with Arcturus?
No, I misty step over to Melivora.
She does have a healing potion in her pocket. Which I assume it's a full action, the drink, right?
Yeah, it would be
I mean,
for Malik.
but-
For Malik to like dig out a potion and feed it to you, it would be his full action. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just looking if I've got one. I do not. I will feed you your healing potion.
Okay. So 2d4 plus 2.
Yep. Okay. So
there you
you're
go.
back on 7 health, and
Bonus action. You can still move if you want.
yeah, that's what I'm.
Remember, you're in difficult terrain.
Yeah, I see that one's still alive, and there's one down here that's still alive.
Yes, that one does appear still to be functional.
Okay. So I think what have I got? I've got 10, 20. Actually, no, I'll move into the corner. 10,
Okay.
20, 25.
Excellent. Okay. Ishi.
Onwards!
Okay, roll that D100.
82.
Ooh, hey, this one's a thing. A thing
Oh,
happens.
sweet,
on
a
this one.
thing!
All right, so on an
Uh-oh.
82. Oh, perfect. I'm just going to copy and paste the results here.
Oh no.
Yeah, let's go!
So just as Kubazan is like, there's usually a Minotaur in these places. It seems weird for there to be a... And then you walk around the corner, and yes, you see a Minotaur, and you see it holding the axe, and it snorts, and it rushes you. So I'm going to give it an initiative right after yours, and then on your turn, you can attack the Minotaur.
Sure, like we'll have the little duel on
Yeah,
my turn.
exactly. All right, so the Minotaur is going to charge you and attack with its horns.
Yeah, bring it.
Okay.
I parry.
Yeah, you want to parry it? Okay.
Yeah. So it's my superiority die plus my fighter level.
Yeah, so any hit would
So-
block it, right? Because he hits your AC exactly.
It doesn't block the hit, it reduces the damage.
Ah, right,
So
okay.
it's actually, I just take 4 damage instead of taking 11.
Okay.
Basically.
Sure. Can you make a very easy for you, probably strength save?
I can, yes. 28.
Okay, no problem. So the Minotaur slams into you. You bring your staff up and parry it, and you slide back 10 feet with him, and the two of you are locked in combat here.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So the Minotaur skeletons, of which there are only a few remaining, attempt to scramble away from Arcturus, jamming themselves further in this corner. This one steps out. Let's see, 10 feet, and then into the thing. So actually, he's already in there. So it's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. So he doesn't get to act, but he gets to move. So he comes stomping through towards Melivora.
Nope.
Doesn't get to attack. This one goes... Let's see if he can get
Why
to...
did you leave me here, Malik?
Let's see if he can go 40 feet. God, there's so many fucking tokens piled up here.
Also difficult terrain on the...
Yeah. So 10, 20, 30. Oh yeah, it can charge Melivora. So this one charges towards you, Melivora. You're still prone, so he has advantage on the charge. Easy come, easy go.
Can you charge if it's difficult terrain?
Yeah.
Like
Charging is
running?
as long as he moves at least 10 feet towards the target.
Oh, it's just moving
Yeah.
no matter how fast.
Melivora gets gets a health portion guzzled down her throat, wakes up to the visage of a minotaur charging,
and it just picks you up with his horns and throws you across, and you go flying. Yeah, they have a movement rate of 40 feet.
She goes back down. She had 7 hit points.
So you get thrown 10 feet and then roll unconscious onto the ground. Perfect. So you're prone and unconscious again.
What you did on tourist.
That was you. This is the second time you fed someone a health potion only for them to die again.
Melivora, can you make a death save, please?
So close to not having to do it.
I know you were so close. So very close. Okay. All right. Arcturus, it's your turn.
Wait, that's a success, right?
It is a success, yeah.
Okay. It's 10 or higher.
Fix this problem you've created.
I kill Malik.
I'm sorry, Dave. Could you phrase that in the phrase of "I can't believe you've done this"?
Oh.
Okay. So
It's that meme with the guy who gets shot on the.
Can I run and jump from on top of this?
If you jump from there, yeah, but you're still not gonna make. You don't have a strength of 20.
No, my strength is 16. I thought it was 15, but it would be 15
if it's
from
yeah,
there.
if it's 15 to the edge of this square, I'll let you make the save because that's within a foot. So I'll let you make a dexterity save.
Hoof it.
Okay.
Oh, but hold on, you're jumping into difficult terrain. So no, you can't. You'll never make it. You'll jump into the storm and get thrown into the hole.
It's until the end of my next turn.
Yeah.
Sorry, I realized.
So it's the end of this turn.
So actually, what you can do if you want is you could have your action trigger when the storm goes away, because then your turn will end.
Okay, yeah, sure. When the magical hailstorm melts, I will run and jump over the thing.
Okay, so your turn ends.
And then it's the held action.
Run and jump.
Yeah, you run and you jump. Now make a dexterity save.
Do I have inspiration for anything?
Yeah, all your preening with the crown and being obnoxious.
Yay.
Sure. I mean, most of the time y'all should have inspiration.
An 18.
Oof. Okay, so we see you from this side. You jump and you just fall out of view, and then we see you pulling yourself up over the edge.
Oh yes, that and the
I forgot to guide
powerful music sting plays as Arcturus climbs up.
Okay, so you're gonna be able to pull yourself up at the beginning of your next turn. Malik, it's your turn.
Okay. So I move here, in front of Melivora, or trying to get in between myself and. We need to kill these. They'll have another turn before I do something, and they could just kill you. I think I'm going to use the last of my sorcery points to twin spell a level 2 chromatic orb.
Ah, nice. Okay.
Okay. I'll roll to attack the one on the left first.
Okay. Ball of sand splits into 2. Yep. Oh, that's definitely a hit.
2. Okay, it's 21 points of damage on that one.
Boom. Hit him right in the sternum. Skeleton blows up. Arcturus' bones go flying over your head. Some of them splash down into the soup. Okay, same thing. Hit that one.
Yeah. 2.
Nice. Yeah, that one's dead too.
Woo!
Yeah, so the 2 orbs destroy those skeletons, sending them flying.
And I move to, I guess, this side of it in case I wouldn't have any reason to know how soon that would break.
they're just like walking fast. They're walking quickly into the corner, trying to stay away from Arcturus. Okay, so Ishi, you want to attack this
I fight the Minotaur.
All right, do it.
15?
That is definitely a hit. Yep.
For 13 damage. And then blam, 23 for another 15 damage. 28 damage total that turn.
Excellent. All right. And Kubazan is like, yes! Yeah, kill him! Hit him with your stick! This stick rules! And now Minotaur's gonna go. So he'll take a great axe swing at you.
Okie doke. Misses.
Okay, misses. So swings over your head. You're too
I
quick
would like
for
to
this guy.
riposte and smash him in the
Nice.
face.
Yeah, do it.
31 for 12 damage.
12. Nice. Yeah, he's just too slow. He's just lumbering around trying to get you. Okay, the Minotaur skeletons are paralyzed in the corner. They don't do anything. Malvora, death save, please.
Get from the chair.
From the top rope. Okay, good. That's one good save.
So I will have already pulled myself up.
Yeah, you can start your turn like in that square. Yeah.
Okay, so I have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Cool. I spare the dying on Malavora.
All right, Malvora, you are spared.
You're spared.
From dying.
You won't die.
Malik?
I say to Arcturus, how long left? I'll hold a spell until you attack one. We'll kill them one at a time. Sound good?
Okay.
All right. I hold action to firebolt a Minotaur when Arcturus attacks it.
Okay. Ishi? Meanwhile, in the Misty Maze.
Fucking fight the Minotaur.
Get him.
Blitz 30
Okay.
for 13 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then 14
14's a hit.
for 15 damage.
Okay. You were just taking this thing apart. He's like, he's got a black eye and his blood dripping everywhere. He's leaning on his axe, like uselessly swinging it around. He's take a swing at you. He's going to be reckless, so he gets an advantage. He gets advantage on this, but you'll have advantage on attacks against him.
You got
He's
it.
got like 3 hit points left, so takes a big swing with advantage.
I riposte.
Okay,
Look at that.
takes a swing.
16.
Blam!
just
17
kill him.
damage.
No problem.
Oh!
So he just
Easy.
brings his axe down, slams it into the floor, chips of stone go everywhere, and you just kill him.
This is my maze now.
Yeah, and he lands with an echo. All right, Minotaur's dead. Skeletons are stuck in the corner. Malavora, you are alive but unconscious. Arcturus.
Okay. I'm just checking extra 1d8 thunder damage. Got it. Okay, so I will go, that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I can't actually get to a creature.
No.
So I'll stand here with my warhammer out and get ready to.
So Malik, your trigger never comes. So now it's your turn.
Sorry.
Ooh, just stand. Fine. I'll firebolt him.
Okay, firebolt on the closest one.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Oh wait, I couldn't get. Oh, I should have held an action to hit it when it came. That's fine.
Okay.
Well,
You miss.
it.
Yep. So the fear is
It's
still
fine.
on.
It's fine.
You shoot the wall next to it.
It's a
works
practice
out.
shot.
Ishi.
Let's explore the maze.
Okay.
22, nothing, right?
22 is nothing. Yeah, you continue. What's funny is that if you stay in this maze, theoretically you could just grind minotaurs forever.
Level up like a WoW.
Ishi, yeah, exactly. Ishi comes out and she's level 20 for some reason. Like, listen, I taped down the controller. I've just been going in circles. All
Kobolds
right.
are also best in mazes. It turns
So
out.
I think we're down to like 4 or 5 rounds now. So I'm actually gonna keep track.
Yeah.
Okay, Malavora, you're fine. Arcturus, it's your turn.
Okay, I step forward and I whack it with my hammer, or
Okay.
I try and whack it with my hammer.
All right. You hit it.
So that's a hit. Okay, so I do this damage and then I do an extra 1d8 thunder damage. So 1.
Okay.
I prefer
That stuff's double, isn't it? Because it's bludgeoning.
Oh well.
Okay,
I
and then
get
another
one
one.
extra damage.
Okay. Well, the bludgeoning, you crack its bones, right? Bludgeoning
It does make it so that it's like a magical strike, though. So that's
bludgeoning does double damage. So yeah. So you crash with the thunder hammer. That one's not afraid anymore. Malik, it's your turn.
thunder hammer.
Yeah, you hit.
This one. This many.
Okay, for 14. Ishi.
maze.
Okay.
55.
Nothing. Okay. Minotaur skeleton. So Arcturus, you get attacked. Big old great axe. Hits you for 18.
Ow!
So he turns around and like a backhand swing,
Yeah,
cuts
that's how
across
it
your
feels.
chest. But it's your turn, Arcturus. What would you like to do?
I smash it with the hammer.
Okay.
I hopefully smash it with a hammer. 18?
Yeah, you hit.
Plus 1d8. So, okay.
I got it.
Yeah, you got it.
10 bludgeoning and 6 thunder.
Oh, I should have done my Wrath of the Storm. I always forget. I was remembering. I
Malik?
was like, remember Wrath of the Storm when it hits you, and then it hit me, and I was just thinking about my attack.
Malik.
Does 13 hit?
13 does hit, yes.
Sweet. That's what we like. That's
There we go. Attaboy. 2 10s and a 5. All right, you blast it.
Holy
You hit it right
damn.
in the head. Blows up. Bones fly everywhere. Arcturus, you get hit by chunks of rib. And that's that. Ishi? Nope. All right. Minotaurs are still feared. Running low on time. 2 more rounds. Arcturus?
I step onto the corpse of this buddy, and
Climb the stairs over the bodies. Take a swing.
I whack it with a hammer.
Okay.
Hopefully. No, I don't. I
Okay,
whiff it.
you miss.
I whiff it with a hammer.
Malik?
I don't know. We're running.
You
out
can
of time.
hold. You can hold until I hit it, and then you'll get the hold, and
Sounds
then
good.
yeah.
So what are you going to do? Wait until Arcturus attacks?
Yep.
Okay. Ishi? Nope. She's like wandering this endless foggy maze. Minotaur,
It all looks the same.
Minotaur skeletons are still feared this round.
Yep.
One more round for that. Arcturus?
Okay, I'll try again. Whack it with a hammer. Let's fucking
There
go.
you go. Okay, so you hit it, which means Malik,
And
you
then
get a shot.
1d8.
Now go ahead and roll. I'll count everybody up together.
Ooh,
Okay.
Is it 11?
An 11 is not a hit. No.
God's sake.
gosh.
All right.
That
We're
4.
not doing well out here, are we, Arcturus?
No.
No, but it's your turn again.
It's your
so.
turn, Malik.
Okay. Let's
Did you get my damage?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Okay, Malik
A
hits for
15
21.
does. Okay.
All right. Exploration round for Ishi. Nothing. All right. Minotaur skeleton attacks Arcturus.
Okay, this time I remember Wrath of the Storm.
And this
Wrath of
is the
Storm.
last time. This is the last round they're turned, so that other skeleton will get unturned. next
He'll
time.
have
All
to
right.
go all the way around. Them.
No, he can attack you where he's standing. There's just a banister, not a wall.
Oh,
Hits
Well,
you for 10.
okay. Minus
Okay.
10.
It is your turn, Arcturus.
Okay, wait. When he hits me, I Wrath of the Storm.
Okay.
So 2d8,
And he gets a save. right?
2d8. It's a dex
Dexterity.
save, yeah. And I do. Okay. Well, I do what? 1 second. I deal lightning damage. Is it a large or smaller creature?
Yes.
Yes.
I can't really push it away from me, can I?
No, it doesn't know where to go.
Okay, then it just takes the lightning damage. Okay.
So it takes 8.
Yes. And then I hit it with my hammer.
Yeah, on your turn.
There.
You can do it, friend. I believe in you.
Nope.
I whiff it with my hammer.
Malik, you take a shot with your firebolt for
Nailed it.
16. Okay, great. Ishi continues to explore the maze. Nope.
No.
Don't find anything this time.
Roll higher, Ishi.
I'm trying.
Minotaur skeleton takes a great axe swing at Arcturus for 26 damage. Oh my god, you get 2 hit points left. All right, the other Minotaur skeleton takes a swing. I'm gonna say at disadvantage because you're like across.
I'm
the little
around a
chasm.
corner,
Well, you're not
yeah.
really around a corner, but you have some cover. Like your lower
Yeah,
body
you
can't
got
get hit. So I'll give you. What is half cover like?
+2.
2.
Plus
Okay.
2.
Yeah.
Misses. Okay.
Cool.
All right. Arcturus, it's your turn.
Ow. 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 Okay. Ow.
Hit it. Do it.
I am going to. I think I still have. I still have spells left. I think that like I was confident that I could whack these things with my hammer because of the bludgeoning damage, but I feel like I need to heal probably. I wish I could heal Melivora, but she's very far away.
Mm-hmm. So you want to cure wounds on yourself?
Yeah, I'll cure wounds on myself.
All right.
I'm almost
Cool.
out of
Dave, if
spells.
you want to go ahead and
What the fuck?
Dave, start your turn.
Me?
So you
God.
get 10 hit points. That's fine. Dave
You get
misses.
13, actually,
Oh, does it?
because it adds your modifier.
It didn't add
It
my.
didn't add
right,
your
right.
mod. Yeah. Okay.
I need to adjust
Yeah, you need to
this.
fix that.
55. It's
Okay.
a
Nope.
wonder.
Nothing in the maze. Okay. Two Minotaur skeletons on Arcturus. Here's the first one.
I'm not a good tank. I'm not a good tank. I'm not a good tank.
Double miss. Super
You're
miss.
fine.
Second
I'm not a
one
good tank. I'm a bad tank.
with your ACs +2 misses. Okay. It's your turn, Arcturus.
God, this is like a comedy of errors.
I will
Right.
try. I will try and hit the one in front of me with a hammer.
You
I
do.
hit it with a hammer.
Roll damage. 18. He's dead. He's dead. He's very
Dang.
dead. You
Oh,
kill him.
Okay.
Smash. Okay. Great.
Well, he
Malik.
also gets a little shocked.
Now
Third level.
I'm gonna adjust targeting. I'm giving this guy cover too because you're shooting up and there's the balcony.
Yep.
So I'll just give him a +2 to AC. You hit him anyway.
Yep, this is third level. It's my highest remaining spell slot.
Okay.
That one is a 2, so that's 9. 9, 22, 27.
Okay. All right. 27 damage. Ishi. Ooh, hey, a thing. Okay. So you're wandering the maze and you notice something on the ground in front of you. And as you walk closer to it, you see there is a crystal key lying on the ground. It is purple. There's a purple
Sweet.
crystal key lying on the ground.
I grab it.
And yeah, Kubzan's like, ooh, a key. I bet you that goes in a keyhole somewhere.
I mean, we gotta take it, right? We can't just leave it here.
Just take the key.
Yep. So you grab it, tuck it in your inventory. Okay, Minotaur skeleton. This one is going to step over here and attack Arcturus. Misses. Okay. It's your turn, Arcturus.
I whack it with a hammer.
Okay. You miss.
Oh my
I
god.
whiff it with a hammer.
Okay. Malik?
Oh, sorry. I move, so hopefully it doesn't have cover now.
Nope. No, it doesn't.
Okay. It's a second level. Second level chromatic orb. I think it's still slightly more damage.
Okay.
It's a 12 hit.
It does. Yes.
My god. Okay, so that's 2, 10, 12, 17.
Okay, 17 damage. Ishi, at the beginning of your turn, you start to walk out into the mist, and it gets really thick for a second, and then you, bloop, get spat out of the maze
nice.
into the room. So there's a lot going on. Melvora's lying on her face. There's bones everywhere.
Hit the Minotaur.
You're just like, fuck it, you run at the nearest skeleton. Good, do it.
16 bludgeoning damage.
Okay, all right. So doubled to 32. So yeah, it's like the thing gets hit by a train. Like all of a sudden, Ishi just charges out of the maze, hits the thing, and it just boom, just explodes, sending fragments of bone scattering everywhere.
Whew.
The battle is over. The battle has ended. So
Oh, good timing, Ishi. And then I like go over to Melavora and I'll wake her up. Sorry I didn't before. I just like spells. I don't have that many.
I found a key in the thing.
Oh,
yes, you have a purple key. Now, here's something that you notice.
Wake up.
You stand in the room, and the now that you're close and you can actually look at it, the crystal sarcophagus is slowly shifting colors, like an expensive mechanical keyboard.
Here's the deal. Here's the deal. When it turns purple, I'll put the key in, and that'll totally work. Here we go. Okay.
Okay, Melavora, I wake you up. I'm sorry I didn't before.
Yeah. So Melvor, you're awake now. You see this.
How many hit points do I have?
13, 15.
Okay.
Oh, you're not dead.
16, sorry, math.
Okay. So the sarcophagus is shifting color, and it slowly cycles through. And Ishi, are you just gonna wait for the first time it's purple and then just jam in?
Purple!
Okay. Make a I guess like a sleight of hand check.
Sure. 12.
Okay, all right. So you're like purple, and you jam it in and twist it. There is a flash, and the sarcophagus lid vanishes and the key disappears.
Got it.
A couple of things happen. So inside, you see the sarcophagus is full of salt.
Oh.
There are opalescent circlets just kind of like scattered throughout it. And like little like circles of some opalescent material. And you can see the edge of something buried in the salt.
I try and like dig it out.
In addition, hold on, before you do that, you get, because you use the purple key to open it, Ishi, here is what happens to you.
Oh, okay.
There you go. You gain one of Acererak's gifts.
Cool.
So I think everybody sees, you see for a moment a sigil like appear over Ishi and then vanish. And something about the sigil that gives all of you like the shivers. Like it's not like looking at it for a second, you're like, ooh, that seems, and then it fades and that feeling kind of like disappears.
So can I dig at the what do you call it? The thing that I can see buried in the
Wait,
salt?
salts, snails, Unk.
Yeah,
This
so
is the last tomb.
So you go to reach in and you hear Kubazan say, "Hey, hold on. Normally, I'm really excited about you just jamming your hands wherever you can fit them, but this looks like Unk's tomb, and I mean I thought we were bros."
No, you're actually totally right. I don't want to. Okay, I'll step back.
Yeah, and so you feel Kubazan's like relief, and you're like, "Oh, good. I'm glad I didn't misread our relationship. You're a good friend, Ishi, and you're excellent at smashing stuff. I'm having a really nice time."
Yeah, no, we're like best friends. It's great. Yeah.
Yeah, and Nubub's like, "Hey, asshole."
And can I like look and use like the hilt of my like
Dig through it?
trident to just like push stuff around to try and like see what it is without touching it?
Yeah. So inside, you find, they're bracelets. There's opalescent bracelets. They look like they're made of like some kind of shell, some kind of like shiny, sparkly shell. There's a bunch of them. And then buried underneath, there is the edge of a piece of cloth. And as you pull it up and all the salt pours off of it, it is a beautiful, scintillating, multicolored cloak. A cloak or a robe or something.
Oh, this is pretty.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I want to touch.
Do it.
And you hear, again, you hear Papazotto in your head, "Don't you dare."
Do it.
You're not the boss of me.
I'm the boss of everyone. And you just want to grab it?
Yes.
Okay. Are you going to try to reject the possession, or are you just going to let...
I'm just gonna let
take you
Unk
over?
take me over.
Okay, so Unk and... all right.
I'm wearing this pretty crown, but Papazotto doesn't really give me a whole lot as a player. Like,
so when what is Papazotto's benefit? It's like you can't be surprised. You gain advantage.
You can't be
on
surprised.
wisdom.
You gain advantage on wisdom checks, and you never take damage from falling. But like, I don't have 20 decks like some people do.
So here's what happens. As you touch the robe, slime begins to pour from the folds of the scintillating robe, and it takes the form of multiple flailing pseudopods. A woman's voice echoes through the chamber. "I can help you. At least I think I'm supposed to." And then Papazotto's like, "Hands off! This one's mine." And you see the bird spirit like emerge from you, and the two of them tangle. Roll a d6. 1 to 3. Unk wins. 4, 5, and 6. Papazotto wins.
Come at me, Unk.
All right, so Unk like swats away, and you get possessed by the spirit of Unk, the mighty flail snail.
Flail snail.
What's great is you go from being like the Alessandra possessed version of Arcturus to being
Arcturus
mega Arcturus. So I'm just gonna say it out loud. So Unk's flaw, Unk's personality is self-absorbed and indecisive, and Unk's flaw is I am incapable of making decisions. Unk has no enemies because Unk is neutral, and Unk raises your constitution to 23.
What?
Yeah, as long as you're possessed by Unk, your Constitution becomes 23, which means that if your HP goes up, you get that many more HP per level that you
Per
have.
level, yeah.
Yeah.
My HP does go up.
So you get possessed by Unk.
Wait, why was my HP already like raised?
And you?
My con was already up. What made my con higher?
I have no idea. But your con is 20.
Was it the necklace? The heal necklace?
I don't think so.
Don't know.
Amulet of health.
Yeah, I don't think so. But
Yeah, it would
maybe.
have been
The
19.
Amulet of Health gave you health, but not Constitution bonus. So
Oh yeah, I might have raised your hit points.
the idea is that
Yeah.
the Constitution bonus retroactively applies to all of your levels up until now. So you would take whatever you gain, then multiply it by 8, and add that to your health.
Okay, I gain
So your con
plus
your con bonus
2.
used to be
so plus 16 health hit points max.
Yeah. If you were 4 and now you're 6.
Yes, that is the case.
there you go. The Amulet of Health raises your con.
Oh,
to
it does
19.
raise your con? Okay.
All right. So you definitely don't need both because now the Amulet of Health isn't doing anything for you. Okay, cool. So you get possessed by Unk. You've freed Unk from her tomb, and now you are incapable of making decisions. Unk's like, oh, I don't know. What should we do? What are we? Oh boy. And Papazotl has been expelled from you. And I think because like this is you've got the magic item. Oh, I'll tell you what it is too.
Yeah.
Because you'll have a chance to. So it's a robe of scintillating colors.
Ooh.
So it has 3 charges. When you wear it, you can use an action and expend 1 charge to cause it to display a shifting pattern of dazzling hues. It sheds bright light in 30-foot radius, and anyone who can see you has disadvantage on attack rolls against you. In addition, any creature in the bright light must succeed at a DC 15 Wisdom save or be stunned until the effect ends.
Nice.
I just look really pretty.
So you have this scintillating robe that you basically just
gold crown
yeah,
on.
a golden octopus crown and a robe of multiple, and you're just like, behold, Arcturus, and just like waves of color pour off of you, and everyone's
Adam,
like,
I think you mean, behold, Arcturus, if you like.
If you want, I don't
yeah,
really
right.
know. I mean,
behold, if you want to, or something. I don't
I
know.
go back to Port Nanzaru
no,
and I like go to
no.
Azaka and I'm just like, I survived. I mean, I think I did. I'm not.
So what's great about this is if you return to Port Nanzaru, it would be like you walk in and you're like, Azaka, I am glorious. I have returned from the, and you're just like clad like a goof. Oh my god, that's amazing.
Yeah. I love
So, since we know we're not going to be able to press on in the adventure, I think what happens here is that as the group of you kind of gather to examine your items, a scene we've seen many times, right? You've defeated your enemies,
Yeah.
you're taking a rest, and you're grabbing your items and stuff. We fade out on the group in the tomb. And we fade back in on the city of Port Nyanzaru. So we see Nyanzaru, and I think that at this point, like the death curse has started to affect not just like adventurers and other people. We can see that the city is under some degree of crisis. There are priests of Kelemvor in the streets who are tending to the ill. We can see that this is a bad state. And we follow a group. We see a group of foreign adventurers. We don't get a good look at them. Probably never see their faces. And they're moving through the city, and they're headed towards a tavern whose mouth is the head of a T-Rex. Or we see this big T-Rex skull. And we see these adventurers pass through. We see on one side, Valo trying to sell books. He's got a big pile of books on his table. He's like signing them. There's a bunch of Chultans around. We see a nervous-looking Azaka Stormfang off to one side, and the adventurers they walk up to a board, and they're looking at the board, and they see all these notices for the different guides that are offering their services, and we see their leader, kind of a generic he's like an elven wizard or something.
It's
and we see
Lathander guy.
we see this elvish wizard reach up and like pull down a notice and look at it, and when we pan over his shoulder to see it, it just says on it in like broken kind of like Toys R Us looking writing, like very childish common writing. It says, "Friends lost in tomb need help," and the adventurer they look at their friends, and we get a focus pull that shows sitting at a table, just like looking nervously next to a big hammer sitting up against the table, and we see a bluish furbolg sitting there, and she looks up hopefully at this group of adventurers, And then we cut to black. And we roll credits. So that's it. That's our adventure in the Tomb of Annihilation. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a short break. We're going to take a break here. We're going to come back. And for the last like half hour, 40 minutes that we have left before we go, we're just going to talk about our experience in the tomb. We're going to talk about the campaign so far and do a little bit of a debrief. So stick around for that. And we will be right back. Don't go anywhere. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. So that's it. We're done. We did the adventure.
Oh shit!
We came pretty close to the end, and I actually we've talked about this a lot in the last few weeks. I kind of like this, like, so you want to find out how the adventure ends? Well, get off your butt and get in there and go and do it.
Yeah, go do the adventure
thing.
yourself.
So, thank you everybody for watching all of the adventures. It seems like so long ago that we started off in Port Nyanzaru. I can't remember when we started this adventure, but it was like basically
It was a year ago.
It was like a year ago.
Almost.
It was the day that Tomb of Annihilation was available on Roll20. So we've been at this a while, and I love this adventure. This adventure is awesome.
It's been so good.
Yeah, I had a really good time. Now for me as the GM, as the dungeon master here, it's a little different because I can just sit here and be like, haha, I know the puzzles that you're struggling to solve.
Oh my god, those puzzles.
But I kind of like, I don't know, I kind of love those. I kind of love the dumb puzzles. But
I want you to have to solve them without knowing the answer, and just like I want the pleasure from having to have like sat there and suffered. I want to see you suffer.
So GM it.
Yeah,
And
what
then
did
No,
you
but
guys
Adam
think?
already knows the puzzles, so like a different puzzle. I want Adam to have to solve the puzzles. But the problem will be is that like he'll just end up being really good at puzzles, and
you'll never get satisfaction because
I'll
Adam
never get
solved the
any
puzzles. All right,
satisfaction.
well, I mean,
So I think
not much we can do about that
I
design-wise.
think what's interesting about this particular adventure is that it's divided into sort of three parts, right? There's the big scale wandering around in the jungle, there's the medium scale of wandering around in the city, and then there's the small focus scale, the very traditional kind of Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
The expected stuff there. So I really like that it had that kind of like variety.
Me too, and I have to say, like, it's the only thing where I've done a hex crawl or I've done like a large map reveal as we go, where I've been like, oh god, this is actually fun and we're finding cool stuff, rather than let it end.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's just like I was kind of into the travel stuff because some abilities became so much more relevant than they would ever be in any other situation when you're like, oh, I have double travel speed. That fucking matters here.
Yeah.
But it does not matter in like campaigns where you're just hanging out, you know?
Yeah, for sure. And then I feel like also, like it's hard to strike a balance between like not wanting to do a bunch of the same encounter over and over, and also like leveling your character in the appropriate amount of time. Because I feel like if we would have like not skipped some of like various and sundry like fights, we might have been higher level.
You didn't skip anything. There's nothing that was like we could, because this is the thing. It's not a linear progression from one part of the adventure to the next. It's spend as much time as you need goofing around in the jungle. I didn't feel like you tried to bypass doing anything, or like
we didn't skip essential stuff, but there was optional stuff that we were interested in maybe seeing that we didn't see.
The game has a funny balance between wanting you to push on really fast and wanting you to like explore, because it does that thing where it's like there's a timer because you're the person who gave you this quest died like weeks ago.
seeing that in chat throughout the adventure was really weird. Like how long they've been in the jungle. I'm like, how could you do it quicker? Like there is no physical way we could get back to Cinder Sylvain before she fucking dies.
Yeah, before she just dies. Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to see if there was like you'd have to start at a higher level as a party in order to even try to get back to Cinder.
Yeah, maybe, or I guess alternately, like, so in the adventure, there isn't anything that gives out experience. There's no like, if the players do this, they get XP. There's no XP for exploring. There's no quest XP. There's just XP for overcoming the things. So you could, I think, if you wanted to make advancement quicker, you could give out. I gave out quest XP for like I added that to give you some more. Some more
is there like a milestoning option in this one?
There is not. There's no explicit like if you do this, give them this much XP.
Yeah, because I've seen some of their other ones where I feel like I think there are some milestoning options.
So what you could do is everything on the map. We're all looking at the map now. Anytime there was like an encounter that you wanted, you could give them like an additional XP. You could do away with regular XP altogether and just milestone based on location.
Like where you're at.
The easiest, like laziest way to do it would just be to go by the adventures tracking, to be like, okay, cool. When you leave Port Nyanzaru, you're level 1. When you go out into Chult, you're, level 2. When you get to the Forbidden City, everybody becomes level 5. Like, you could just jump up that way. But it would mean that you stay at the same level for a really long time. So it's, I
like the classic XP stuff that we did, like where it's just like, here's your XP, that's what you got, that's what you get. And I never felt at any point in this adventure, and maybe that's your GMing rather than the game, I'm not sure, because I didn't get to see behind that curtain, right?
Yeah.
But I never felt in this adventure that, oh, we're gonna die because we're too low level. You know what I mean? Like there was never a point where I was like, oh, we're in the over-leveled zone, so we're dead.
Yeah.
Like that never sort of like was my feeling from it.
Yeah. I do quite like that this hex map isn't just the setting for Tomb of Annihilation, but it's essentially a campaign setting. It's all of this stuff that's built into Chult. And as the GM, you could take this map and drop in other stuff. Like if you have other adventures, you could just be like,
so much you could
there's
do.
an entrance to another dungeon on the shores of Lake Luo, and we're gonna do that. And like even above and beyond all of the stuff in Chult as it stands, you could throw in other adventures. You could spend much longer here than just go here, do the tomb, and then be done, right? Because when you're done with the tomb, there's still this massive empty space that makes up the majority of Chult. So there's lots of room there. So yeah, I thought that the hex crawl was really fun. I like old school like hex crawls.
Yeah.
And I think that especially once we got all of the custom macros, like once the fans put together the weather macro,
the weather and stuff,
and basically like in Roll20 you can just click and be like, all right, the day starts. Click this, go. Next hex. Click this, do that. Go. And
what would you say, like I'm curious on your end, Adam, but like what would you say was your, like, is there a standout moment where you're like, I really love this part of the whole thing?
Well, I mean,
like,
and it sounds like such a shill thing to say, but like I don't think I would want to run this adventure at the table. Like there's so much.
The map would be really hard to deal with.
Like the outside map and the ability to like take each hex off individually.
Oh god, yeah.
That would be a lot.
Because the map comes with, the book, the actual physical book comes with a 2-sided map that's like, here's the one with nothing on it, here's the one with everything on it, and you would have to get really creative. Like I know, Dave, you were playing it with an in-person group that
yes,
like they made magnetic hexes or whatever to put on the. So like you could, I guess, if you wanted to make hundreds of tiny magnets to put onto your map, 1,000 hexagonal post-its, you certainly could. But this is the first, and honestly, I've been working with Roll20 for a long time. I like playing stuff in it. This is the first time where I'm like, I just couldn't possibly imagine
do it without
doing
it.
this
Yeah.
without it. Yeah. And that goes for the dungeon too. Like I was thinking about this after the Beholder encounter. I was like, how in the hell, without having this like thing that I can change and alter, like you'd have to go to a pretty significant amount of effort to do this at the table. So for me, not just being able to like do it, but to show my view of the whole thing, because for me, my goal was like, this is how I run this particular adventure in Roll20 and how we show off all the stuff it can do for other people that can go in and check it out.
Yeah.
And like that for me was what was really fun, was being able to be like, okay, here's my secret stuff and here's the stuff the players can see, and using the different features of Roll20 made it a lot easier, certainly for me, to the point where I don't know that I would agree to run something like this outside of it. But yeah, it's I mean, I think I loved all the tomb stuff. Like I was really curious to see how it would go, because 5e has come a long way from first edition when the original Tomb of Horrors, and I was worried that it was going to just be a lot of bullshit, and it was, but it wasn't the kind of like, you're dead and now you can't play
anymore.
I
know you definitely changed some things.
There were a few things that I changed because I knew we had a limited number of episodes left.
Yeah.
But if we were just going to play it forever, I probably would have left it as lethal.
Yeah, of course.
As it was. Yeah, and like having all the handouts to show you, because literally everything had a handout, to just be like, this is what this looks like. Let's all look at it together.
Being able to be like, oh, they went to this level of the dungeon and back up to this level of the dungeon and back down to this level of the dungeon, and like being able to switch that stuff around. I can't imagine going through through a book and being like, hang on, let me find
it. Yeah, it felt we got a lot further in the time that we had than we would have if we had taken the exact same approach at the table.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, and this is why I don't like characters with like big, long, complex backstories, is that I don't care about what happened to your character before they showed up for the adventure.
No, it's not important. Yeah.
The backstory is what we're doing now, where we're like, okay, cool. So sure, Ishii had a concept, but now Ishii has a backstory that involves crocodile backpacks and her friend Arcturus and Malik and Little Fox and Melivora.
Yeah,
like,
and that's the thing, right? Like the character
thing
becomes part of the group rather than having like a 50-page backstory when I get to when we get to you.
Yeah, we have context that we can go back and look at, which I
Yeah.
think is super cool. But what about y'all? Like, what stuff stood out as like fun or interesting for you? What did you enjoy?
I like rolled most of the stuff for my character, so I knew I wanted to be the like anthropology thing that you got, or the like cultural, like the thing you got for the Tomb of Annihilation, the background. But like I rolled what it was, and it ended up being the Aarakocra, which I thought was really cool. Like, because
I was really glad that came
present in the setting. And so like that was another thing where it was like, who knows why like this weird fish boy studied birds, but like now it's relevant, and when we role played it, like it was a really fun thing to do. And like like you said, like the character didn't necessarily need to have a backstory coming to Cholt, but like as we went on, like other things came up, like everything with Azaka, and then like it was just like, okay. I also really liked like the tomb. I didn't think I would like so much, and I still feel like if I were to go back and do some of those puzzles again, I would hate them. But I loved all of the NPCs that they put into that space.
Yeah,
right?
See, the NPC thing is the opposite of the traps. I loved the traps because they tortured you. The NPC thing was a nightmare for me because it's like 9 individual voices you have to come up with, plus a mirror full of another 9 characters, plus several magic skulls, plus like there's a lot more NPCs than you would expect in this dungeon.
It was a lot, but it like kind of made the traps and stuff like worth going after.
Right.
Also, all of those magic items and like those really helped level the party in a way that we didn't manually level.
So what's funny and sort of mean about this dungeon is that all of the spirit magic items, they disappear when you leave the dungeon.
Yeah.
They vanish.
What?
So the spirits go away, and those magic items. Oh, speaking of magic items, we were one long rest away from Ishii turning into a goat person.
What?
So if you wield the striking staff for 24 hours, you turn into a goat man. So that's why that guy was like part goat. You get turned into a goat kobold. So I mean, it wouldn't be that much of a change. You still eat garbage and have horns, but it would have turned you into a goat bold.
A goat kobold.
Mm-hmm. You get to keep the staff, but you turn into a goat kobold. So that would have been pretty funny.
That would have been so weird.
The horns just get more
They
like,
get longer, and you get furrier, and you just want to eat more garbage.
It's fine.
Yeah. It's interesting. Dave, I know you were concerned about like the level caps, and like, did you feel like, because you were the end bit of the adventure is supposed to go, you're supposed to be like a level 11 by the time you get to reach the bottom of the dungeon, which clearly wasn't really happening or wasn't going to happen. I don't think two more levels of the dungeon would have given you enough XP. How did you feel about like the balance and the encounters and stuff, Dave? What did you think?
It's really interesting to think about this now that I've run the beginning part of it and doing the hex crawl. I almost feel like the map is too big.
The Cholt map?
I feel like Cholt is too big.
Okay.
Gosh, I didn't want to open with a negative thing because I really enjoyed this. I thought this was really cool. I did not quite appreciate. I mean, this is going to sound like really lame and stuff. I didn't appreciate how much more interesting Adam made the mundane parts of it until I ran it myself. And it's like Camp Righteous and Camp Vengeance specifically, none of the people have personalities
Yeah.
in the book. And I was like, but that was like, we had like moral dilemmas. So that's an entirely opposite thing. That's like,
yeah, one thing that I think that's true. One thing I found about this is, I think that's true. I am great. It's so I know that Wizards of the Coast designs, the team designs adventures to be relatively bland on the flavor level because they believe that it's part of the DM's job to do what I did, right? To make it interesting. That was the biggest challenge for the first half of the adventure. Like the time that you spent in the jungle was coming, like I'll roll an adventure. It's like, oh, it's grungs again. Okay, what can I do? Or I'll get 2 in one day and be like skeletons and spiders. Well, that's going to be really boring because you'll just blow through them if you fight them. So I need to do something else. And like for me, the big themes of the Chultan part of the adventure are these like this former colonizing force, the Flaming Fist, these like supposed good guys who are here to like fight the evil that lives in the jungle and to like adjust and bend that to kind of bring up some of these like moral dilemmas. But a different GM would focus on different stuff. Like they'd focus on like funny, making it like silly or challenging in a different way. Everything would be a combat encounter. Like you're intended, I think, to bend that stuff quite a bit.
Yeah. Regarding the balance and stuff overall, it really didn't actually feel that bad in the last in the tomb. I didn't feel like I was 3 levels under what I was supposed to be or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I think as a group we cottoned on fairly quickly to how careful we were supposed to be.
Yeah.
And we did a lot of thinking about those. And I'm going to do another thing that's going to seem like a bit questionable. But for as much as I complained about the puzzles at the beginning and went on like a massive rant and stuff, it was just like, I feel like it was just the Crocodile Temple that was a bad puzzle. They kind of got better to the point where it felt they were at the level where I could work them out, and I felt really good for doing so.
I think, yeah, and I think the puzzles, y'all did a really good job with the clues and applying those to the puzzles. And there were enough puzzles that were like, how do we solve this? And then working on it. And there were also puzzles, and I was really happy every time there was a puzzle where you were like, oh, I know the answer to this. Like we just do this thing, because that's cool too. Like I think it's all right for there to be puzzles that you just know the answer to.
Yeah. So I felt like that was really fun, and the combat wasn't too hard. I'm glad you removed some of the instant kills because I don't personally think those are fun.
So the way 5e does so in Tomb of Annihilation, it's different than it's the originator. In Tomb of Horrors, there was a lot of make one saving throw or die instantly, which is fine.
Yeah.
That was par for the course for AD&D. There was also a lot of if you do X, you are killed by Y. No save, nothing. Like you walk up to the demon mouth and you stick your head in, you were obliterated, you're dead. The end.
Sphere of Annihilation.
Yeah. No save, no save, no nothing. Right. So the way they do it in this one is there were a lot of effects that said, if this reduces you to 0 hit points, you are dead. Like no saves.
So there's a lot of like 60 damage if you go down.
Yeah, the new instant kill is if this drops you to 0 HP, you are dead. No death saves, whatever. You're dissolved. And there were I can think of three times that happened in the dungeon.
That sounds right to me.
But
there was disintegration in the chest. The scarabs probably.
Yes, yeah, they would eat you and you'd die.
I don't remember.
Yeah, there was
the beholder. The beholder had a few abilities like that, like the
disintegration
the
beam, death ray.
Yeah. So there are a few of those, and it's interesting to see the way 5e like wants to have that done. And I think that it's interesting. I think what's cool about adventures isn't just what's in them, but what they imply or will allow you to apply to your own game. And what I think is great about Tomb is it creates a framework for hex crawls in 5e,
which is the best.
Yeah. So that's the most useful tool in this whole thing, where if you wanted to make your own exploration adventure, you could create a hex map and create a hex map over top of your own map in Roll20. You could make a little hexagon token, and you could replicate this to whatever detail you feel like doing in your own game, which I think is cool because now we have like an official framework for it, and I think that's the biggest tool.
Yeah, what's really interesting to me actually, as thinking of this as a product that and stuff that people run in Adventurers League as well, is they just spent all that time doing the hexagon stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next season, you don't get standard XP anymore. And I'm wondering, like, how far ahead were they thinking about that when they made this? Because there's no milestone stuff set here. So running it in season 8 now is a very odd proposition, just because there's no like stuff for you to work out anymore. And it has to be time-based, which, I mean, is a way of doing things.
Yeah. I
just wonder how that's going to work for people.
Yeah, it's interesting looking at the Adventures League as like a side thing, and how could they usually like rotate around the adventures, which I think is, if you're playing at home, those Adventures League things can supplement like what's going on in Chult, right? You can have like extra adventures to go on while you're there. Yeah, that makes sense. So I wanted to ask Lauren, how was it coming in at the like weird dungeon part of the, because all that characterization backstory we talked about, all the like shit that happens in Chult, it's just like, hi, welcome to the dungeon part. Spend the next few episodes dealing with traps. Yeah. How was that?
In some ways, like the dungeon part is fun, because I think that's what a lot of D&D characters are kind of built for, is dealing with traps and monsters. And so it was like, oh, I have a lot of things that are useful in these situations, and it's kind of like figuring out what's the most useful one. Or the best optimum way. I've definitely had some like post thoughts being like, man, could have optimized that better. But it's interesting to come into a group and like not have opportunity to know anything about the characters, and just have to make very quick decisions about how my character thinks about all of them. Because like there's no downtime. There's no like hanging out around the campfire. It's just like, we're gonna not die.
Yeah, definitely. There wasn't a whole lot of, especially because like the first few episodes that you were in, Lauren, we were kind of just like, whatever. But for the last 3 or so, we were like, we have to get as far through this as we can. Yeah. So the amount of like character time, even though we still like gave it time and space, like it was a little bit lessened because we were trying to get through these traps. So it was more like, let's work out what's happening, and less like, let's have fun times with our characters together.
Yeah.
So, but I thought it was, I mean, you did great. I still felt like we got an idea of who Melavora was.
Yeah, definitely.
Before we get new characters. So.
I leaned into
Melavora with the relentless positivity.
Yeah, the one who is positive and totally triggers traps.
Yeah.
I feel like in a lot of these situations, you can spend forever dancing around it, trying to figure out what the trap is, and before you do anything. And like, we could spend an entire.
I also spend a lot of time being like, so are we just gonna get hit or what? Let's go.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Like,
okay, well, someone's just gonna take this if we can't figure it out.
Yeah.
So.
I'm really bad for that. I'm so glad you guys will hurry me along. The first few times I was. Oh,
I mean, I gotta tell you, Dave. In the next one, I'm not taking any trap hits. I'm gonna have way less health.
No, I'll do it next time. I'll do it next time.
Yeah, you will.
You better. I don't know what I'm playing yet, so we'll see.
Yeah, so for folks who are curious, this is only the end of Roll20 Presents Tomb of Annihilation. We're not going to be gone for very long. I think 2 weeks from today is the launch of Waterdeep Dragon Heist. So we'll be back
not today though, right? We're gonna go back to Friday.
Yeah, that's right. Not
Back
today.
to Friday.
Friday.
Like 10 days.
It's 1 week from Friday.
Let's just use a date because we have those. The
7th.
7th of September. The 7th of September. So we'll be coming back 7th of September, and we're gonna start right in on Waterdeep Dragon Heist. New adventure, back to level 1, and with any luck, we'll go straight from Dragon Heist right into the big terrible dungeon that exists underneath Waterdeep. I'm super excited to see. I'm super excited to see that that part of the adventure, because it could be like, I've played Undermountain. I've been there. I've seen it. It's a nightmare. It's 20 levels of just like dungeon stuff. But Skullport is also down there, so I could see it being kind of like a wilderness Underdark adventure hub where you visit Skullport and then go back. And like, I'm super curious to see what it looks like.
I'm just more interested in making a character that actually wants to plunder and murder this time instead of being like, I'm not gonna be lawful good. That was a lovely experiment with Arcturus in being like, why are we killing these people?
Well,
we should just, like go through and like, you know, like actually have like value for human and other lives. But this time I'm gonna be like, no, fuck it.
So week in, week out, the comments and the feedback were always around people had opinions about Arcturus. Some people were like, good job playing your character's alignment, and other people were like, I hate you for playing a lawful good character. How dare you?
Yeah, I think that lawful good, I feel like depending on the campaign, either far side of the alignment sphere, if you're actually playing into it, can really throw things off. Because of the nature of D&D, where you're murdering things.
Yeah.
Right? And so, like, a lawful good character, it doesn't really make sense for you to be okay with just murdering a bunch of people.
The problem is, by default, a lawful good character is not a very good D&D character, because D&D is
exactly.
about
but also
your
in
enemies.
some groups, like chaotic evil would be awful. It would be really terrible.
Chaotic evil is like almost unplayable, though.
Well, that's why I feel like either like extreme of the alignment.
Basically, everyone needs to play neutral.
And chaotic good is really chaotic good is great because you don't have to worry about the law, but you're also a good person. You know
I mean, I think chaotic good is where you feel good about yourselves for murdering things.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can do alignment is a whole. We could do a whole thing about that. We could talk about that a lot. But I like alignment. I like when it causes conflicts. I think it's important. I think it's cool to have it come up, and I think internal party like tension is fine. I think it's totally fine if your group is like capable
if the group out of character is cool with it, like and let's do it, right?
I think alignment's
we always were
for like character core. Like what their important values.
Well, and as we saw, it can shift, right? You can change. You can change your alignment as you go. Yeah.
I mean, I have to shout out, like, having played through this campaign with this particular character. I have to shout out the fact that like everybody seemed to like Ishii mostly. I was pretty sure I was gonna piss everyone off, like with the voice and the fucking attitude from the very beginning. But
she's the best.
Way more popular than I ever imagined Ishii would be. Like,
you're in a video game.
I don't understand why Ishii's the one that people are like, oh yeah, so good.
My favorite things, the two things that I love most about this campaign was one, having people say, I hated Ishii the first time I watched, and I loved her the second time. And then also, and this happened all the way through, was people coming in who had not seen us play games together before, who were like, whoa, this is really different or really interesting, or like a way of playing D&D that I'd never seen before, which I think is super cool.
Because like we do the role play, but we also care a lot about the rules.
Like, I feel like this is a really well-balanced group in terms of like focus on specific stuff, like being able to say like, okay, this is a role-playing moment and we're going to do that, and then this is a complicated fight. And there were moments where as soon as it got really serious, we could tell, because we were all just like, okay, fucking shut up, slow down,
shut up, tell me exactly what's happening,
tell me exactly what you're doing. And I love that we had these varying like stages of tension that would happen. So yeah, we'll continue in that style. We have this sort of rapid movement through the way that we play D&D, and hopefully you found that interesting. Hopefully watching it helped you get a better handle on how to use Roll20 or even how to run this adventure. It is my favorite 5e adventure, so Dragon Heist, you got a lot to do.
We'll see how that
we don't steal a dragon though. Like, come on, it's in the name.
I mean, you could get enough dragons, you could buy one.
But you gotta heist it. It's gotta be a heist.
I can definitely. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Adam.
I was just gonna say, so we're running out of time because there's people after us here on this channel. So we're gonna say our fond farewells. I would like to just begin by saying thank you for watching. These last 42 episodes have been some of my favorite of 5th edition D&D that I've ever played. I've had a blast. Yay. I can't wait to start the next adventure. And I appreciate all of y'all for Wizards for giving us some space to run it, and all of you for coming and watching every week, whether you're watching on Twitch or YouTube. And obviously a special shout out to our absent player, Andrew, player of Little Fox, for getting everyone to the tomb safe and sound before we were submitted to its horrors.
And we'll fingers crossed that we'll get another Andrew PC in the next adventure.
Yeah, that's right. So I will let everybody do one last Tomb of Annihilation shout out, and then we'll leave the channel for the next folks. famous Ishi Snaggletooth. Elf, why don't you begin?
Well, I'd like to thank my fans. No, I'm only kidding. I'm not going to do that. Well, thank you everyone for watching these episodes. Again, as Adam said, it's like my favorite 5e stuff that we've done. So yeah, Dragon Heist is going to have to kick it into gear. What I will leave you with here, other than saying you can find me at twitch.tv/distractedelf or on Twitter @distractedelf, is that my next character has way less good stats than Ishi does.
Excellent. I'm looking.
And if you want to hear more about that, come watch my stream after this.
There you go. Cool. Interdimensional druid adventurer Melvor Farglen. Where can we find you on the internet?
You can find me on the internet at Random Tuesday, or if you are at PAX West this weekend, you can find me there. So that is a place. I will be in costume because I finished it. Yes.
Nice. I saw that. Good work.
I saw that, and it's amazing.
Yeah, it's really good stuff.
I'm so glad it's done. Now I just have the other one to finish, but that's fine. So yeah, thank you so much for having me. It was been a delight.
So, yeah, thanks for coming and helping us finish the adventure. Master of Fireballs, and also the rules of this game. Dave, where can people find you, and what are you doing on the internet?
Yeah, you can find me at Dave_the_human on Twitter. That's the best place that you can find me on stuff. God, I'm just so thankful that we had an opportunity to do this. Thank you so much to Adam for running it. Thank you, Elf, Luge, Random Tuesday. Sorry, you don't shut me down.
You can call me Tuesday or Lauren.
Okay, I wasn't sure if I was allowed to.
Yeah, no, I'll respond to whatever.
It's fair.
Yeah, thank you for letting me play. And my secret thing is that I'm not going to be a human next time. I already know I'm playing.
Excellent.
Core race. Just saying.
Cool. And last but not least, timid fish boy, now clad in shimmering samite with a hat made out of octopus gold.
I really, really need someone to draw fan art of Arcturus in a fancy robe and an octopus crown because he's at the height of his majesty. But I still can be more majestic. It's true. You can find me being majestic on twitch.tv/bluejay or on Twitter at bluejay_712. And you can see every roleplay thing I've ever done, including this now finalized campaign on bluejay.tv/portfolio.
Fantastic. Thank you. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. This has been Roll20 Presents Tomb of Annihilation. Thank you to D&D for having us. If you want to check this out, if you want to watch any of the previous episodes, or you want to go and re-binge the whole thing, just the links are down below. Go to our YouTube. They're all up there. This episode will be live this weekend. We're going to take a week off to go to PAX. I will also be there. And then after that, we'll start our Dragon Heist. So make sure you keep on following. Thanks for coming, everybody. And if you want to find out what the last 2 levels of the dungeon look like, you're going to have to go there yourself. So good luck. Thanks for coming, everybody. This has been the very last episode of Tomb of Annihilation. See you next time. Bye, everybody. This stream is brought to you by Roll20, an easy-to-use virtual tabletop dedicated to making tabletop RPGs accessible to everyone. Join the adventuring party at roll20.net.